it's 12:06, and I got up to 11:45. So, yeah, that long.
Jed had a bender last night. He ended up hanging out with some of the girls after hours at the club. We know how Jed likes to roll.
Yeah, and that's the reason why you have me hear me. So yeah.
The thing was, they had furry cuffs, and he was all down for that.
Oh, fuck off with that furry.
Bradley, how you been? Long time no see.
Yeah, been a couple days, maybe at most. I did not just wake up. I've been up since 7, thanks to a dog laying on my head. But got some work done, so able to come in and have a chat about Mission Impossible.
Nice. Static, how are you doing? Has your order arrived?
No, he's just now getting out of the shower.
Oh, Jesus.
I was just wondering about the door open. He's like, is your pool boy going to come in and like...
That is not my pool boy. That is my son, you freak.
If it's anything like Static, he'd be in the hallway going, helicopter, helicopter, helicopter.
I know, right?
I'm having a good busy morning. You know, Canada came out and said that it's not bestiality if penetration isn't involved. So I decided I should make a video on that.
Yeah.
And I got that done this morning. And then you put up your list of video games from that graphic, and you completely broke the rules and did everything wrong and had to.
It said row. You pick which way the row goes.
Yeah, that's a column. Rows are horizontal, columns are vertical.
I'm dyslexic. You're fucked.
That has nothing to do with
There's two of us here that does that, so you're fucked on that. Me and him both do that. So
what has he got over here? Disney's Han Solo is in fact a bitch.
Well,
yeah.
I think anything post 75 for Harrison Ford is a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're going to talk about some shit here. Let me get my screen shared. We're going to cover the box office like we normally start out with. And I'm trying to use Opera for this. We'll see how it works. It worked good on the Ahsoka's thing.
Wow, it's down this year big time.
Yeah. The Mission Impossible gross 56, total 80. I think that's counting the 18 million they're supposed to get today or whatever. Sound of Freedom is up 37%. They've also gained, and they went up 313 theaters.
To put that in perspective, boys and girls, none of these movies have a plus this year at all. None of them do. They always drop.
Guardians didn't have a big drop off. They didn't have a raise,
but they had a minus. They did have a minus.
Minus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
AMC is turning a lot of air conditioners off right now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Conserving power. Conserving power.
Now the CEO of AMC came out and said that they have nothing to do with this, and that would make sense because you know what? They added how many theaters this last weekend?
I still say we talked about this in the private chat. I think when it's a group, I put in your thing too. I think you have all these Facebook groups. You probably have groups of employees that are working together. They're going in and hitting a breaker on the AC in there.
Yep,
because
I think
each theater is going to have its own air conditioning.
AMC Whisper Networks.
Yes. So the brand I work for, we have a private Facebook group. You cannot get in unless you are vetted by another person that works for the brand.
Okay.
Already in there. So this stuff exists, and it's a hidden group. You have to be pretty much almost damn near be invited to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said those things do exist. And you probably got some 40-year-old ticket taker that's been there since they were 16 and never moved on in life that are like pissed off.
Yeah.
From air conditioning. You're gonna have
Hey,
trouble
what's up,
swallowing right now. Insidious took a 61% hit. That's pretty decent. Of course, I still think they made their budget back. Elemental's still up there. Across the Spider-Verse is still up there. It looks like more people are coming. They look like they're doing better than they were. Elemental was. No Hard Feelings is just dying.
Elemental's still losing money.
Yeah, it's still going to
Naked Jennifer Lawrence can't even get people to go see that.
Jennifer Lawrence did that to herself.
Yeah, I want to see how bad it is. So,
Did you ever watch it? Static? I know I'd found it.
No, I didn't watch it yet. I've it's been busy, man. Been busy.
I know.
Chris Gore actually liked it. He actually.
Drunk
I've
Three
heard
feel
good
like it.
things. I've heard it's actually just a
Yeah.
it's a comedy movie, and they don't shove any shit down your throat, and it's actually funny from what I
An
understand.
old style raunchy comedy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm curious.
Which
I'm
we
very
need more
curious.
of, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
No doubt.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
So
need more
so
of those.
Elemental's still in 3,000 theaters. Little Mermaid is only in 1,600. Guardians of the Galaxy still made $480,000 in 405 movie theaters.
Almost $500,000 on that movie. and it's
Even
been
though
out,
digital
what,
release
month?
is out.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's impressive to me is when the digital release is out and people are still shelling out $10 a head and paying all that popcorn money to go see it in the theater.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
So,
so
now, talking about dyslexia, I thought that this said no one can jack off my theater AC.
That's probably true as well.
Daddy.
oh god, him and Bug been going at it this morning, and of course Bug just let him shit himself on the internet.
Yeah, but Winston just like, hey,
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Okay.
What else? I guess they have a good stream. I'm gonna mute. Go get some Morrowind footage.
Yeah, he's
Thanks for hanging out, man. Lurkers are appreciated.
Yep.
Let's see. So this shit wouldn't stack for me. It was pissing me off. Movie comparison. So this is Mission Impossible opening compared versus Guardians of the Galaxy and No Time to Die, the last James Bond film.
Oh, do we have to even put that in there? No.
Well, that's the last spy movie that came out.
I know.
And I don't get where everybody's like saying that Mission Impossible broke a record. They break a record for making the least amount of money in 5 days.
This looks like a disappointment, I would think, for them. They started on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they
80
have 80 million. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they got them here at 56, but they're including 18 million for today down here, and they're usually spot on with that estimate. So it would put it at 80 million opening. Remember, Guardians of the Galaxy opened at 118, and it was a flop. They were
Well,
saying
that
it was a
good.
flop.
The weekend take is less than 60 million.
That's not good.
Yeah,
What, what's the international number for MI7? Do we know?
155.
international is going to be 155 million.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
So it
around the
made
world.
216. And we also have, so Bradley brought this up to look at this trend.
Am I crazy thinking that like for any chance for it to be a hit, it's got to be at least 250 international?
This is telling. This
Now
is
this is adjusted for inflation because we're going all the way back to 96.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so 2000 did pretty well. It still made $1 billion adjusted for inflation. It was like 900 million. Ghost Protocol, didn't that movie suck?
No, that's the
one
one that
liked
brought the series back.
Yes.
The one that sucked was 3. 3 was the one that was horrible.
No, two was a John Woo one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
remember all
could
the
care less if I
promotions,
see
but-
2 or 3 ever again. But 4 is when he hooked up with the director he's with now, and they've been off and running since. So
I thought JJ directed one of them.
he did 3.
He did
Four?
3,
Okay.
and I was
Garbage
just like,
3.
"Ugh."
Well, they wasted Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
3 was a shit show.
So I brought up I went and did the numbers myself, and I took the last 4 ones that came out. And now here's what's really, in my opinion, going to hurt Dead Reckoning. So Fallout, Ghost Protocol came out in 2011. It cost 154 million. That's the production budget.
They got 191 here adjusted for inflation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm seeing it. Okay. Fallout unadjusted for inflation was 178. Rogue Nation was 150. Look at the production budget of this movie.
Well, they built a train in this too. They went over the top with the practicals. And I haven't seen the movie. I just seen the clips they put on Twitter. They do a great promo job doing that way. Tom Cruise has been doing that for a while.
Yep.
Hell, I just like watching that. I've never seen a Mission Impossible movie. I may have seen the first one, but that's it. and I'm not going to remember 1996. I was still in high school.
Oh, I graduated in '96.
I was in law school.
Yeah,
I was one of the first guys online to see that first one. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I was too.
I remember the TV show from when I was a toddler. And
I remember the TV shows and reruns when I was growing up.
Yeah, I watched them in reruns with Jim Phelps.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Nimoy playing Paris.
But yeah,
a lot
so
of people
Landau.
got mad about what they did to Phelps in the first one, but I was like, nah, man, they're gearing it to the next generation. They're making Ethan the front guy, you know.
But-
I thought that was cool.
when you get down here, it gets kind of interesting. Gross Protocol made almost $1 billion adjusted for inflation, and it was $5 million, $6 million, $5 million, $2 million. This is 16, 21, 18. Which was the last one, Fallout?
Yeah, Fallout's the one before this.
Yeah, so that did.
That's the one where
26,
Henry
24,
Cavill
19.
does the reload of the fists, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
And they had to digitize his face.
Yes,
for Justice League.
in Justice League because of that
mustache
movie.
up
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what ruined Justice League, of course.
Mustache Gate. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's trending right around the first Mission Impossible. This is definitely, I mean, it made 275 million in the United States, but look at that international.
Mm-hmm.
Did good internationally.
Yeah, does these do really good internationally, and it's showing it here. I think it's going to make its money back.
It is.
Oh, I know it is. Yeah,
It is, but it's a slow
might not-
opening though. They were expecting 100 million plus on the first week, especially opening on a Tuesday. Now, I'm sure you guys have covered before that they opened on a Tuesday because Oppenheimer's going to get the IMAX screens for 3 weeks straight, and he wanted more days in IMAX. But
They should have released this on July 4th.
yeah, he
I
should have
said
bumped
that-
this up.
Didn't we see
Yes.
this last Wednesday, Joe? That we're like they should have released it on the 4th.
Oh yeah,
we
for sure.
said that last Wednesday.
Yeah, they really should have. What released on the fourth weekend? What was that?
That was Indy.
Oh,
That was Indiana Jones, and it got smoked by
smashed ending.
Sound of Freedom on that day. Yep.
Oh,
Do you have the that image that you pulled up? I think Tom retweeted it.
which one?
The Indy one, comparing this Indy versus I believe Indy 3
Oh,
and the box office there.
Did I put it?
Oh,
in the chat?
did you see
gotta be
the
horrible.
the compare? Are you talking about the comparison of the first
Yeah.
movie versus the last one that
Maybe it was
Gary
the
put
first
up and
one.
The Rock put up?
Yeah, it might have been.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
If
I
you
think
got
I
it, wanna share it,
retweeted
Jed,
it.
throw
I'm
it up
not sure.
there.
Hey, Kinzel, thank you for
Uh-uh.
coming over to the channel, brother.
I'm looking at all crazy ass fucking cats and dogs and shit.
right.
Somebody asked
not
me for
my
thumbnail
feed,
ideas. I just started
because, you know.
spamming. Oh, yeah, here it is, right here.
Yeah, the people behind Mission Impossible probably thought Indiana Jones is coming out. They're not paying attention to like what people are actually saying about it way long ago. Like that's going to be a huge movie. It's Indiana Jones. He's coming back. It's going to do big numbers. We can't
Here,
compete
pull
against
this
that.
up.
That's probably what they thought.
Browsers, because it looks like
Yeah.
shit on Opera. I just put it in private chat.
Well, I can tell you why Indy is doing as bad as it's doing.
'Cause it's
You
an
throw that
atrocious
up,
movie.
everybody will see why it's doing as bad as it's doing. Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
wants to see the old man in his underwear
Mm-hmm.
used up. Nobody wants to see that. That's not Indiana Jones. Okay,
I mean, where's the Wookiee at hanging in the corner?
right? That is exactly why it's doing as bad as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that in the trailer. I was like, nope, this ain't Indiana Jones. They're gonna break him down like they always do.
Make sure hey, Pat, make sure you hang out for the hour break.
Oh, Jesus.
We always do something at the hour break, and I got some.
Can you
pets
guys
here.
hear that thunder? Oof, that's
Oh,
about
yeah, I did
bottom's
hear
about to
that.
drop out
Stranger
here.
showed up.
Well, hello, Galaxy.
Hello, Galaxy.
And we keep her up too late at night. But yeah, I like I said, I think this movie's actually going to make its money. It's just going to be a slow draw.
Right.
Oppenheimer's going to crush it domestically, I think. But internationally, no, because no one cares about us nuking Japan. Although that movie is now banned in Japan.
Yeah.
I imagine might trigger a few people. You think? Maybe.
Yeah, it might.
Literally.
I don't think they actually show them nuking Japan, but
They probably don't. It's probably just the test that they're going to show.
The first successful test. That's probably where it stops.
But I think you're right about Mission Impossible. I think it's going to go the way of Top Gun. It's going to be in theaters for a while.
It'll be in theaters, Rob, but I don't think it's going to make Top Gun money.
No, it's not.
No, I don't think it's.
But it'll make its money back. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like $900 million.
Yeah.
It'd be lucky to break $1 billion.
That's just way too much money to spend on a movie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's nuts.
Well, I wonder how much of this is rolled into the. I have to see what the budget is for the next one because maybe some of this shit was rolled into the.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, how much of the next one was filmed already? I mean, it doesn't come out.
We already saw Oppenheimer in 1945.
That's why they don't need to show it there.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Mr. Bug, 10 out of 10 comment right there, my brother.
If it wasn't for Oppenheimer, we wouldn't have anime.
No doubt.
Well, yeah, I mean, we should rethink our ways then.
Yeah. Ticket price $250, budget $28 million, box office $333 million. Year 2023, ticket price $11 plus, budget $295 million, box office $264 million.
Disney and Lucasfilm has reaped what it has sown.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for that. Even for a movie that's worse off, like not as well done, but with the prices and everything, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only people that went and saw this were normies. They're the only ones that went and saw it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Anybody that has any knowledge of this stuff didn't go see it. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing between the strikes and this and the overall low box office.
Right.
Maybe they'll learn some lessons and start pumping out some good stuff. You know.
Have you seen Ahsoka?
Bro.
Have you guys talked about Ahsoka at all? Have you talked about the trailer?
AJ wants to go over that, and I got some comic stuff we're going to say for him when he gets his food finally gets here.
We got so bored about talking about Ahsoka, we started talking about some other shit. Friday.
Yeah, let's hold off on the trailers for AJ too. Because I saw him and Ego talking about him yesterday.
Well, you guys that are have seen Dead Reckoning, what do you think about it?
From Dead Reckoning, it was good. Surprisingly, so it was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yep.
My biggest complaint for movies over the last 3 or 4 years has been the runtime's way too long. I was not getting upset with this one until the end when the train was falling off the bridge. I was like, okay, anytime now at that point. But there was only like 5 minutes left to go. So I didn't mind that. I wasn't bored at all in the movie. There was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people complaining about all the exposition and like particularly in the beginning. And it's kind of like, well, this is almost like a Mission Impossible trope where they're explaining the mission and they're going through all of this. Like, that's just kind of like the Mission Impossible way of things. Is it good or not? Well, that's up to you to decide whether you enjoy it or not. Maybe you're just not a Mission Impossible fan, and that's fine. But otherwise, yeah, I had fun. I can't believe for me, it did not feel like almost 3 hours.
It did for me. I really began to feel it towards the end, and I thought maybe there's some stuff they could have cut out. The Mission Impossible movies to me are like, this is our James Bond in a way. It's Ethan Hunt is our James Bond, and I think everyone did a good job acting wise. I think everyone did well for their characters. I think at this point, even though it's not deep into characters, we know who they are, and they play their roles well. But like, even that chase scene in Rome went on too long, in my opinion. It was like 15-20 minute chase scene. The train was drawn out too, and I swear there was like 15 minutes where Tom Cruise was not on the screen towards the end.
Are you serious?
In the train,
way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Is it kind of like how John Wick in the last movie, somewhat they kind of drug out the fight scenes a little bit in the last John Wick 4? Because I thought the same about John Wick 4. I was like, the fight scenes are cool, but goddamn, they were long. Like,
the fight scenes, no, there probably needed to be more fight scenes.
oh, they're okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's exposition heavy. Is that what I'm
saying? I think part of the problem also is these movies' plots are always convoluted.
Yes.
They're always trying to get something. You know, it's like an item, the MacGuffin, whatever. They got to get it. But to get to that point, it's like just they have to explain it to the audience because I don't think they're setting it up properly to explain what's really going on. So that's why it's exposition heavy. I mean, ultimately, it's an interesting concept in this one. And
this one for me, it did feel like more of a throwback to the very first one.
Oh, that's
the first one is convoluted.
That's cool though. That's
what you want.
When I saw the trailer and I saw Kittredge was in it again, I was like, "Oh man, they're gonna do some callbacks to the other movies. That's cool."
Now, how far can we go spoiler wise at this point?
Go as far as you want. You're not bothering me.
Sir. You know my.
Worry about your audience, not me.
So, and I think I don't know how Static feels about this, but part of the exposition problem is in the end on the train, Kittredge shows up, and then Cary Elwes shows up, and they're like government. You know, Cary Elwes, I think, was director of national intelligence, and they're all trying to get the control of the entity. It's an AI that can control things, and they make, you know, it since it has digital control, it's able to do stuff. Like in the beginning, it made a Russian submarine blow itself up by shooting itself with a torpedo, and then it cloned Simon Pegg's voice to send Tom Cruise on a bad chase. So their enemy is like digital God. So I think the part that's really interesting is they got to go analog. They got to go back to the way it was in the 60s almost, where you're not using any digital technology.
A la Battlestar Galactica reboot, right?
Yeah. There's one scene where they're using I was going to say CRT, not cathode ray tube. Cathode ray tube televisions and a 30-year-old weather satellite because they can't use all the stuff they've been using anymore. So that's interesting. I mean, and at one point the face mask between goes kaput, so they can't use a face mask anymore. And of course, it is a cliffhanger as to what happens next. They get the MacGuffin, but then they have to get control of the entity, this AI, and the United States is pretty much at fault for this whole damn thing, is what you could tell in this story. But yeah, everyone wants to control the AI. Tom Cruise has the key to it, but the question is, you know, what does it unlock? What does it really unlock? And I also like how they developed a little bit of the past of the characters. Like I said, you know, they had to make a choice to become Mission Impossible. You know, it's not like they're recruited. It's like you either do this or you're SOL for your life.
Right.
Maybe you're a criminal. Maybe did something wrong. That's sort of like a Suicide Squad thing.
Yeah, it's like Suicide Squad, James Bond.
Mm-hmm. Is that true, Revan? Is that true, Jed?
What?
You Tiny Timber?
Oh, it's fucking Parrothead says something new every time we do a stream.
I think that one might stick.
Oh, fuck off. Hey, Sammy, what's up, brother? Sammy just popped in the chat.
Yeah, I seen him in there. So, overall, what would you rate these movies?
This one?
Yeah.
An easy 7.
Yeah.
I won't go see it again. I'll watch it on streaming or something, but I'm not going to go see it a second time.
I mean, I can't. My girlfriend won't sit for 3 hours in a movie that long. I mean, you got to break it up. I think that's going to be a problem for a lot of people. I don't care how comfortable they make those seats. It's still just sitting in the theater when people got used to doing all this at home now.
Yeah, it's not like you can pause it and go pee, make a drink.
I will always go to the theater. I have a bladder like a camel. I will sit there for 3 hours and watch it. Yes, sir.
I can never make
there's nothing
like, you have to.
It's funny when we talk a lot of Star Wars on my show when we do pop culture, and it's funny. I know one of my guys is like in his early 30s, and he knows more about Star Wars lore than I ever will. And I always look at him. I go, "Yeah, you got all that on me. You know all that stuff, but you know what? You'll never know what it feels like to see that Star Destroyer come over your head for the first time when nobody'd ever seen anything like that."
Yeah.
You know? You'll never know what that feels like, and that's
why
I go back to the theater always. I will never. I don't care how good your home theater is, unless you've got a friggin' theater set up in your house with a high ceiling. It's not going to be as good.
I used to have a 110-inch screen.
Now you don't have to see every movie in the theater,
right?
I wouldn't go see that new J-Law movie in a theater.
No.
That you wait till you get home. But Mission Impossible, yeah, I'll go see that in the theater.
Back when the MCU was doing good stuff, you'd go see an MCU movie.
You had to see it in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, if they ever do a good Star Trek movie again, I'll go to the theater watch a Star Trek movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Action movies.
Those
are events.
Captain America movie in the theater.
Yeah, I'm going to see.
The events are getting fewer and fewer now, though. They really are.
Like I got tickets to go see Wrath of Khan in the theater here.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that old movie that you could only watch at Disneyland? The old Michael Jackson 3D movie, Captain EO.
Oh, I saw that. I went to go see that.
When I saw that as a kid, I was like, this was probably what it was like to actually see Star Wars in a theater. I don't know why, but I just remember feeling that way with how that movie was portrayed.
I know some of you guys are meeting me for the first time, but I turned 58 at the end of the month. I was 12 when that movie came out, and between that and reading Lord of the Rings, I was hooked on nerd shit the rest of my life. So
Star Wars was the first live action movie I saw in '77.
Wow.
So I was like 4.5.
Everything's downhill from there, man. What the hell?
I know.
Shit, Brad, I wouldn't go back to the theater again if I were you. Shit.
Well, like I tell people, I tell them like, you guys don't understand. I saw Star Wars in the theater. I mean Star Wars. I don't mean Star Wars: A New Hope. I saw Star Wars.
We saw Star Wars. Say A New Hope.
That's all it said.
Star Wars.
That's all it said.
Didn't we talk about that this Friday, Brad?
Yeah.
When we were like,
I think we did.
Me, Wolverine, and you, we all saw it. Star Wars, not New Hope. Yeah. So.
And we kept seeing it because you could, because it was out until July of '78.
Yeah.
My 12th birthday party was at a drive-in, and I took all my figures and my Millennium Falcon, and all my buddies were with me. My dad took my whole crew to go see it at a drive-in.
Well, when Empire and Jedi came out, myself and my brother were always sick that day. It was very weird. Just a coincidence. The premiere date, we were always very sick.
Shoot, we were in the paper. Me and my buddy, we got on our bikes. We rode across the river to Shreveport, to the Shreve City Twin. We were in the parking lot playing Dungeons and Dragons at 8 o'clock in the morning when the newspaper crew came out, took pictures of us.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
So I mean, AJ's here. We're talking Star Wars. Should we just get into it now?
Well, no, I got something I want to talk about. Like, I want to get Joe's input on this too. And I get AJ's, but everybody's talked about this, and I think everybody approached this from the wrong angle in a way. I did say something on Twitter about it. Let's see if you can hear it before I go full screen.
One thing before I get off.
Got it? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So Ron Perlman is being a fucking douchebag.
As he's known to do, yeah.
Right, but he's exclusively showing how stupid he is. So we'll go through the video. We'll let the video play, and then we'll go over it.
One thing before I get off this. The motherfucker who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments. Listen to me, motherfucker. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Some of it is financial. Some of it is karma. And some of it is just figuring out who the fuck said that. And we know who said that. And where he fucking lives. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 fucking million a year for creating nothing. Be careful, motherfucker. Be really careful. Because that's the kind of shit that stirs shit up. Peace out.
All right. So everybody went after the fact that he was like supposedly threatening to burn someone's house down. Basically. First of all, did you notice how shaky the camera was?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Alcoholism is a son of a bitch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where you went.
Got it.
Yeah.
So the reason he shows how stupid he is, by the way, How do strikes work?
Ah.
Denial
They
of
can't
service
do
and
anything.
denial of payment.
Yeah.
The object is to make the other person lose more money than you until they come crawling back. That includes people losing their homes and shit. This is called a strike. You're
Yes.
a fucking idiot for not knowing how this works.
It's a game of chicken.
Yeah. It's a
Yes.
game of chicken. No doubt.
So I think what my take on it was, I haven't done a video or talked about it. That shit sounds exactly like the fucking pandemic. Making folks continue to have to do something, or else they're going to, lose their financial stability, even though their mental stability. So, I wasn't really paying so much attention to these celebrities and all the shit that they're saying until kind of recently with all the terrible entertainment and figuring out where it's coming from. But that's when I heard about Ron Perlman saying other dumb shit. So I can't quote him on anything, but I could have swore he was attacking people who weren't willing to get like a jab, or just having issues with that. So if that is true, then this is very hypocritical, because now that you and your people are the victims of this, now you want to fight the man. And at first the man was saying, okay, you go out there, you say what I want you to say, be my mouthpiece. And they was like, yeah, we'll do it. And then now the man is like, well, we don't give a fuck about you either. Thank you for doing your job. Thank you for servicing us. And now they got a problem with it.
Well, my whole thing about it was like, he just didn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Once again, which he did do that shit during the pandemic. He was talking about shit he didn't know a damn thing about.
Yep.
And that's a lot of what has made people turn away from Hollywood. It's another reason why I brought up in my video about the death of the movie star. Oh, we lost Joe. I bet you he just got hit with lightning.
Yeah, if he comes, let me text him, see if he's.
On that, so Ron Perlman does have a tweet out there that says, "You anti-vaxxers who are about to flood the emergency rooms and teeter on death's doorstep. Just a reminder, Trump was the first one to get vaccinated because, unlike your life, he cares about his and only his."
Yeah.
So very hypocritical. But now the situation doesn't benefit him and his kind, so he has something to say against it. Now they're suffering. When they were saying stay at home, don't make no money, it's because they was in big ass mansions, like y'all was saying, with the big ass theaters in their houses and enjoying themselves in comfortability, while the rest of us suffered. I'm not gonna say I really just fucking suffered. I made a way. There was ways to get by, but it wasn't as easy for everyone.
Well, you were also in one of the states that, unless I'm mistaken, you're in one of those places where it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And I was in one of the states where it wasn't that bad either. So
well, no, they just all the
you were okay pretty much here.
Yeah, I know.
It was all the business. The government wasn't too bad. Freaking what's his name, Douchey. He's a dumbass, but like the businesses propagated everything. They didn't need the government.
Yeah.
That's the fascism everyone's been worried about, by the way.
I think Red Shirt's correct there. We need a talk to text to talk that sounds like Red Shirt.
Well, I think we can get one.
Well, that you have to plug that in through.
Oh, my sister came in. Stuff. My sister just showed up. So
nice to meet you, good sister.
Yeah, that's one of my sisters.
You're prettier than
my
he
main
is.
sister. So, yeah.
But I kind of got into this in the video, and this is where we're headed at. And me and Static have talked about this quite a bit with the strike and the way things may go in Hollywood. The White House weighs in on the SAG-AFTRA strike, says President Joe Biden believes actors deserve fair
get fuck right off on that bullshit. Fuck right off right there.
So
we'll take care of the college loans at the same time as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, this is what we've all been waiting for. So in May, he also called out for the Writers Guild of America to get the fair deal they deserve as soon as possible. So we have Senator Alex Payton, Barbara Lee. We also have Shifty Shift getting involved, posting social media, want to do these things for Hollywood. Of course they do, because what is Hollywood? Hollywood is their propaganda machine.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the more serious conversation: is how much is the government going to get involved in this? We already have the federal mediation and conciliation group involved. So, and that's one of the big things I want to push and talk about is that Katie Porter, you have all these people that are getting involved and speaking their mind. Schiff's already been at the WGA strikes multiple times for their stuff because he has nothing better to do because he's a celebrity himself. And here's the thing that WGA strike endgame to let writers go broke before resuming talks in the fall. Oh, that's thunder. Did you hear that?
Is that you?
Yeah,
that's me.
Fucking Joe ain't coming back. He just sent me video and a bunch of text. Yeah, he ain't coming back. He's gone for the show.
He's headed to the theater.
Yeah, no, he's gone for the show. I saw what he just sent me.
So, they've at least been involved since the 1940s.
They have.
Like I said in the video, you ever heard of a little character called Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse? They were most definitely propaganda because people went to the movie theater to watch the news and the cartoons played between the newsreels. It's raining now.
So it was during Obama's tenure that they did not renew, I believe, what is known as the Smith-Mundt Act, which made it illegal for the government to be involved in producing media, essentially.
And they're made it illegal for them to be involved with the news.
Yep.
And that went out under Obama. Once again, thank you, Obama. But yeah, so this is what strikes do. Strikes try to wait out the other side. Unless you go in the way of was it Hostess that just said, fuck it, we sold the business, have a nice day?
Oh, yeah, it was. They're like, hey, fuck it, we're on the way. See you guys.
Yeah. Oh, shit, do I have rain coming in my window?
Yeah, close your window, bro, if you're having that shit.
I can't get any freaking rain here. He's 40 minutes away from me. He's getting flooded, probably.
Can't even get any rain, okay?
I don't think you guys even know how hot it is here in Florida.
It was 115 yesterday.
God.
Yeah, it was like 101 and 85% humidity yesterday.
Yeah.
With Mr. Bug, I say, let them rip each other apart, pass the popcorn, enjoy the show.
Yep.
I feel that way exactly, but I'm just wondering if we're going to end up with a fully state-run Hollywood before this is over with.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the federal entertainment tax.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Bread did the same thing. They shut down too. What God, Steve is a normie. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Steve just popped in. I was wondering if he was going to show up or not.
Okay, Kojak. Yeah, he usually hops in the chat here. He just likes to talk shit to Static half the time. But yeah, so that this is going to be interesting to watch. These companies do not want to show those streaming numbers. They do not.
And they know. The Writers Guild knows what those numbers are.
Yes. They know. All right, before we get to the hour, 118 a day with index. He's in South Carolina.
South Carolina? What the shit?
South Carolina is a muggy motherfucker. That's the hottest place I've been in my life.
I've been out there.
Yeah, that's the hottest I've ever been in my life was South Carolina when I lived in Charleston. It was 85 degrees at 6 a.m. and 80% humidity.
I think the one of the worst summers I ever had was when I went out to Florida 90. Was it 96?
Thanks, sir. Thank you. I got to pull Rumble up here.
I forgot to pull Rumble up. So
I got it up.
Oh, you got it up? Okay.
I got it up now.
Okay.
This is why I need a fourth monitor so I can have my document up here and have Rumble
bragger, fucker. I'm over here using one monitor all the time.
I'm putting a 65-inch TV on this wall over here in this room.
I need to get a fourth fucking monitor.
But yeah, so while we have AJ here, I want to see what he thinks about this. He's the comic guy. They're always talking about comics on his show.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, I'm muted. I don't want the fan to mess up the stream.
Oh, you
Can't hear it.
Dude, this is not a well-oiled machine. I can tell you that. Your guys' show is more well-oiled than mine.
Yeah.
So
you're
Marvel's
cool.
teasing,
You're cool.
Yeah, Marvel's teasing the return of the Punisher, but who is the Punisher?
It's gonna be his wife,
or his daughter,
or his daughter, or his wife.
What do you think about this, AJ? I know you like comics and you're into this stuff,
bro. Initially, fuck it all, let it die. It's gonna be trash. We all know that.
Yeah.
As far as what they're going to do with it, that's what I like to do with speculation. How retarded is it going to be? And then what's best case scenario? What's the perfect version of this character or this series or movie they're trying to put out? I'm not a Punisher fan though.
I'm not a huge Punisher fan either.
Yeah, me and Ego have been talking about it. He's been telling me the story. I guess currently he's lost everything, lost his money. The wife mad at him, not cheating on him, but leaving him for another man type deal. So we know gender swap, race swapping is going on. So that's what's going to happen. I mean, it is what it is.
Dead. His wife was dead for what? The wife and kids were killed.
It's been out 30 years or something like that.
Yeah, and all of a sudden she just poofs back into existence.
Exactly. So
now he's in what limbo? He's not dead. He's in limbo. He's in some dimension. Frank Castle is.
So there you go. She's alive because she needs to get a movie. Is that what we talking about right here? We need a strong woman with the eye sockets, the skull over the tits that's going to be covered up fully. So
one thing
part of the reason they started changing them and got rid of them is the skull.
Yeah, that's the thing that pissed me off right there.
They're pissed off all the conservative
military units were using the skull, the Punisher skull.
This skull is going to be the skull of the baby that she lost through violence, and now she's used that as her drive to become the Punisher. And Frank Castle, he didn't validate her feelings. He wasn't there for her emotionally. What else happened? He was like, okay, let's just move on like it didn't happen. And she was like, no, but I'm hurt. And that's why she mad at him. And he's not in the picture.
Yeah, he didn't even know she was alive.
That's Black Punisher. No, I'm saying that's what's happening in this new movie.
The only thing I do like about this picture is they kept with like the Layfield style guns he came up with for Cable.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's Layfield shit right there.
That's because they don't want to show him with real guns.
And I was like,
give him laser guns.
My favorite run of comics.
I just shared what it was about the Punisher that triggered all these fucking people.
Yeah.
It was that image right there when they knew that they couldn't do the Punisher anymore.
Yeah. And you got to remember they got rid of EVS because he posted video of himself at the inauguration.
Yeah.
That was probably an asshole too.
That was DC, but yeah.
I like assholes. Well, it's still the comic industry.
There's a song.
EVS likes to stir the pot. That's for damn sure.
I did find a dream job for Jed.
Is it going to be a Dermy dream job, or is it really going to? Actually, yeah.
This I believe. Kathleen Kennedy rumored to stay on at Lucasfilm because no one wants the job.
I don't believe that for a second.
I said this, and then 20 was it? How many people popped up on my post on Twitter?
I don't think anybody they would recommend for the job wants the job.
Yeah,
there are plenty of people that want that job.
Yeah. I think there's people that want that job, but they don't want to have to deal with the bullshit of cleaning everything up. Because
and they also
And how long has she been there? How long has she been there?
Since the Lucasfilm was sold.
Yeah, since the beginning, 2012.
Yeah, so there's like 10, 15 years of bullshit that you have to fix.
No, you just have to make
that's going to take a person a bit.
But that's the problem, Jed. They don't think there's anything to fix, despite everything they see. They keep doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, when you look at the numbers, they keep going down and down.
Yeah, I know.
AJ, I was gonna say they also got to find somebody that's going to be okay when they walk into the room and they see the pentagram on the floor with the candles, and blood on the wall.
AJ?
Oh shit! You're not wrong.
I mean, I don't kink shame, so.
Hey, ain't nothing kinky about it.
That goes beyond kink, man.
Yeah, the new CEO walks in and they go, "Is this the first time you've eaten a baby?" I mean,
oh my Jesus
Christ! We also have our blood tub over here of the young virgins.
So you will stay eternally young.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
YouTube. These are jokes.
Yeah, these are jokes.
They are jokes on Minecraft. Okay, you should do that on Minecraft. So.
There's Joe.
We eat baby chickens all the time.
Yeah,
you're good, Joe. We figured that.
Yeah, I told him, Joe. So because when I was texting you, so
yeah, you're good, man. You're good.
I think as far as the job or what them thinking there's nothing wrong, I do think that they don't see anything wrong with it, because when we talk about the checking of the boxes that they do, it's not just the what do I want to say, the social messaging, the social political messaging. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the ESG stuff that y'all say that they gotta have. It's not just that,
all that good shit.
It's not, but when you see people talk about the project itself, they rarely talk about the specifics or any emotional attachment that they have to the story. It's just, I didn't see a Jedi that looked like me, or I didn't see a fucking elf that look like me. So it's like they don't actually identify or relate to these characters. It don't seem like they even tried to get into the project. They just take it for a surface, a surface level knowledge, and they're like, okay, well, just like with Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is terrible. I hate him, and he's not black. He's still white, and they got it wrong because there's other things about him that make him Spider-Man that fans want. So I do think they're like, well, shit, we got the who was it, Poe Dameron? Well, we got the spunky pilot type guy who, who's attractive. We have a black guy, we have a female. She's beautiful, right? They had Leia. We're not going to sex her up, but she's there. And alien and robot. So I think those are the things that they're like, okay, we got to have those, but they don't understand why they work.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, how many times have you heard, don't watch the source material? I didn't read the source material. Yeah, we even looked at 343 Studios with Halo. They hired people intentionally that hated Halo. I thought Infinite was mid. It was better than Reach, in my opinion. I couldn't stand Reach at all.
Man, I loved Reach.
Yeah, for me, it was a turn off. Halo 3 is where it ended for me.
Yeah. Oh, I played every single game. So
I mean, I played them all, but I just went through the motions, I guess.
I think with Reach, it was the customization and like being your own Spartan. I think I like that part.
Yeah. But yeah, how many times have we heard, I didn't even seen it with Thrawn. They're not playing Thrawn the same way they were playing Thrawn.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? They had to bring in the voice actor. Well, you didn't bring in the voice actor for Ahsoka and all that stuff. We'll get into that for the Ahsoka shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, just they have no idea of what the hell is going on.
They should have brought Ashley in for her.
She's not in shape to do that role.
Yeah.
She signed my Ahsoka toy 2 years ago, and she had 20 pounds on the back of her.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen her in a bit, so
yeah. I mean, she's a tiny girl, but she's and she's married to a millionaire, and all she does is make clothes, and she's a millionaire herself. Why would she even want to go through all that shit?
She is a voice actor.
Yep. Voice actors like to stay behind the mic for the most part, unless you're Nathan Fillion. We'll get into that too. Yeah, we're right around the hour, and at the hour we usually do a commercial or gag thing, something like that. But today we're going to show a video from a good friend of mine. I'm gonna make sure you got audio. We're trying to incentivize him to make some more stuff. It's only 50 seconds, so let's see if we can. You can hear that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey, bro, what you eating? Fish dicks? Fish what? Fish dicks. Are you saying sticks or dicks?
dicks. I'm saying dicks.
Oh my god.
You know, little fishies swim along and get caught up in the net. They chop off their dick and then they deep fry them, and here we are.
Dude, you do know that they're not really...
Don't ruin this for me, Lou.
How does that ruin it for you?
Look, I'm telling you, just try one.
No,
try
bro.
one. Here.
Dude,
Eat a dick, Lou.
Get your dick
Eat
out of
one.
my face, bro.
Eat a dick, Lou.
Get out of my face. You know that ain't bad.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
It's Pet This's channel. He does some cool cartoons with the dogs. We do his boners ad. Put his thing in the chat here. Go check him out. Give him a follow. We're trying to get him to make some new content. He's been on hiatus for a little bit, and yeah, we love him here. So, all right, let's get this up here. No, AJ's chomping at the bit to talk about this one.
Wait, I know, right?
Bro, and I'm not even the biggest Star Wars fan. I wouldn't argue that I am a Star Wars fan.
Okay, were we talking about Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm shocked you didn't snag any clips the other night for EMF for when Brad was plastered as fuck.
I was in bed.
He said,
I was looking at the inside of my eyelid, sir.
I was swirling like fucking crazy. But I wasn't. I knew what I was talking about. I just couldn't talk.
He said, but then his speech would slur for like a second or two, and then he's back to it, and then he slurs again.
Yeah. How many times you come to court fucking slow a little bit to speak up?
Oh, we don't go to court anymore. We just go through Zoom.
He's like, business up top, casual on the bottom. I'm like,
Static's like, we're going to talk about Star Wars. I'm just going to zone out.
Oh no, so I saw this trailer like almost the moment it came out or something, and I actually had an opinion on this one. I'll share it when we get there.
Yeah, I'm excited about this Ahsoka because, bro, I fucking love Ahsoka. But I don't care for the Star Wars movies. I love that world. I've read the comics. I played video games, but I haven't read the extended universe. I haven't read any of that stuff. So, yeah, the movies don't do it for me. They lack. And me and a whole lot of other people said the Old Republic, like those cinematic cutscenes, that's some of the best Star Wars media I've ever seen.
You mean KOTOR? Yeah.
No, not Knights of the Old Republic. Yes, that game is amazing, but I mean the MMO, the Old Republic.
Yeah, I say both are,
yeah,
but they fucked Revan up in the process. So,
Yeah, but those, like, I want more Star Wars content like that. So I'm already opposed to this live action Ahsoka shit they're trying to do.
Yeah. But yeah,
Richard said he's gonna.
So if you're wondering about any of the EU stuff, he also plays SWTOR. Is Fractured. Go check out Fractured does a show on Saturdays called Saturday Night Sith. It's usually around 6 to 7 o'clock Eastern. And I actually ended up on there the other day because Fractured ended up on my stream when I watched it, and I ended up on his stream when him and Hitman watched it. So worked out pretty cool. We're also thinking about doing like a live watch party, like watch it on Discord and do a review while we're watching it.
Yeah. I under Fractured. See, Fractured saying the same thing. They did Revan dirty.
Yeah, I watched the cutscenes. I wasn't exactly happy with it.
I was so fucking. I was like hyped. You got through to the end, and then Revan comes out, and I was like, they did him fucking dirty.
Begin.
So I used to be an Ahsoka fan.
Yeah, me too.
Back when I liked the idea of like this gray Force user, but nowadays the lines between right and wrong have been muddied so much in Hollywood that there's always some sort of sympathy you need to feel for the bad guy, right? And I'm kind of over that idea.
Yeah, I don't. You choose what you want to do. That is the whole point of being a gray. You go down your own path. You're not you don't have allegiance to either side. If you think it goes over here and it fits, you're going over to the light. If you think it will help the dark side, it's a balance thing. It's all this other shit, and they do not understand that shit, man.
All right, so we're going to go over this real quick, and I got something to say. Here we go. So, I'm a fucking Rebels fan. They're both signed. I stood in hours for these. Stood for hours. So we'll get that out of the way.
Oh, it's the Black Series, brother. Nice.
Yeah.
Wookie coming with the receipts.
Yeah. He's like,
I got the receipts.
See,
I'm
for me,
I'm a huge Ahsoka fan. Clone Wars Ahsoka, Rebels Ahsoka. I was kind of on the fence with the World Between Worlds, but at that point, I was drinking the Kool-Aid too.
So look, Ahsoka was cool in Rebels, but Rebels was shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it.
There were parts of it where it was shit.
A lot of people couldn't get past the animation, and to me, once you watch 3 or 4 episodes of it, the animation blended into the background. You just seen the story, and that's how animation should be. You should lose yourself in it.
Yeah,
I was able to do that with Clone Wars. Clone Wars, I thought the animation was shit, and I was able to ignore it after a bunch of episodes.
Well, the problem with Rebels was there was so much filler.
Or not Clone Wars, whatever the fuck.
Oh god, it was the filler pissed me off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that was a big reason. But then it was the Inquisitors themselves. Like they was weird. The helicopter spinny thing, like that could have worked, but it's like that was their shit. Like if that was one person, I can accept it. Okay, he's being creative, but yeah, this is the default weapon that you get, and show me the dude that flies with lightning under his goddamn feet. Not everybody hovering around with these things. Yeah, and then that was more like light actual sabers instead of swords. Like there was a thickness lost to the to them. There was a lot of stuff in the filler.
Fracture likes to go off on the sabers, the helicopter sabers. Like, and I said, like when the Grand Inquisitor floats down with it, I was cool with that. But when the other 2 Inquisitors like flew across the screen with it, I was like,
yeah, stop Mjolnir for God's sakes.
Oh, here he goes. Oh no, he's going off. It's the dark side of the light side. The light side is balanced. George said himself. Gray jump into Mustafar and y'all ain't getting your.
Yeah.
You ain't getting a thing, you weak. Revan himself too said you had to embrace either for power.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but
Revan, also one of the reasons why
Revan was more in the end. Revan was more of a light side user that had dark side capabilities.
Yeah,
but see, he's been both.
He's
a
been
Jedi
both.
and a Sith. So it's like he mastered both to become that.
He mastered both sides.
Yeah, so that's understandable as opposed to somebody I'm just going to dabble in both. Yeah, you're not going to be powerful like that. But look, anytime I say something about the Gray Jedi, apparently Star Wars fans give me shit because it's not legit or canon or whatever the fuck ever.
I get shit too because I love Revan. Revan's my favorite. And I was like, he mastered both sides. He is a fucking Gray. Yeah,
and Ahsoka left. So look, I know we haven't even watched this trailer yet, but that is why I was kind of excited about the announcement of it. Not to watch it, but just to see how they would do it. But like she has the literal white sabers. I even got her fucking book. No, it's not signed, but I bought the book to see what was happening to Ahsoka after the show.
Here comes Frag. God dang it! I wish I was in there. I'm telling you, you got. If you like Star Wars, go check out his show. It's pretty good.
And Fraction does a good job.
I don't miss it. Matter of fact, I was playing Diablo today. My buddy's like, "Why aren't you streaming?" I said, "Well, I'm watching Heroes No Capes." And I said, and then the Legion comes on, and then Fractured comes on. There's no room for me to stream. I'm watching these shows on Saturday. I even stopped by this Saturday while I was on my lunch break. So. All right, so let's get this going. I can't click the button there. I got to click it over here.
War is inevitable. One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
All right, so right there, if we got rid of the wiffle bat lightsabers and they actually kill people now, lop people's arms off and stuff, I'll give them points. Might not be a lot of points, but they'll get points for that.
Nah, I would say that's disrespectful because you told me all this time, according to you, Disney Star Wars, that lightsabers don't kill.
Yep.
Right.
So now for you to do it, it's like, no, that's inconsistency. I can't believe anything anymore.
right there.
Haven't you figured out they only kill the people they want it to kill?
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
So like the old white guy got killed. Qui-Gon. But Reva did not. Reva popped back up. Oh, just a flesh wound. I'll go find Luke Skywalker.
Twice.
And hey, let's kill Darth Maul off multiple times and he keeps coming back, you know. Yeah.
Now, but see,
Bradford hates that, but I like Spider Maul.
Yeah,
I didn't like Spider. Oh my goodness, we ain't even talking about Clone Wars, but the shit's so good. I'm fine with him being cut in half and still being alive, because you see the things where like people get into a car wreck and then the car smashes like half of their body and they're still alive. But once they moved away from it, or like then they open it, like blood flow, all that type, then the stuff starts to happen. Correct me if I'm wrong. I never seen a fucking scene of this or anything.
I have. Yes. It happens. It's usually when they relieve the pressure, it starts bleeding out.
Yeah, so I could accept it as that. And because this being such an advanced world or galaxy, that there was some way that he could survive. But that's my thing about yeah, there you go. So I accept it. But it's like, okay, don't, like with the Wonka thing, don't drop this black girl in there and I've never seen her before and you have to explain that shit.
AJ, I said the same thing this Friday. This last Friday.
But if you cut Maul in half, I can see you explaining, oh wait, okay, he came back. There's room for it to like change what I thought I saw.
Yeah.
Somehow he came back.
So, well, but it isn't like they cut him in half and his guts fell out and then he survived.
Yeah.
Right.
He was too solid.
Technically it cauterizes.
Yeah, the lightsabers do cauterize.
But that's why a lightsaber through the chest kills you, because it cauterizes your heart.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So it makes sense. I think, man, I don't know. A lot of people just want shit pure.
So
and you gotta be able to accept some artistic freedom when people are getting hands on what you love.
Was anyone else's first thought the first time they saw Spider Maul? How does he poop?
Yes, I was like, how does he shit and stuff?
That was like the first
you don't
thing
know that his
crossed my
species
mind.
even needs to do that.
Right. I mean, I went further down
sweat.
that hole, but my first thought was, how does his body manage waste now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
does he not eat? Like, I mean,
colostomy bag, because you got to remember the machine.
Suspension of disbelief.
I know, and it's a cartoon and everything. I get it.
Yeah. I think they can easily get away with, like we hear myths where people drink a little bit of water and so fucking disciplined or whatever that they can survive for so long. So maybe he's drinking the dark side of the Force somehow.
Yeah.
That rage is fueling him. I
mean, his rage did fuel him. So
yeah. And I understand. I get that the Sith draw their power from hate and anger. So yes, a certain part of being angry can fuel you even more. And the machines put him together once he reached the bottom of the hole. It wasn't like he laid there for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I can see how, and again, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but what I remember, who is it? Sidious, he promised Anakin a way to, immortality to save Padme. So I can see how maybe they can bullshit and say Sidious taught Maul some of this like dark side with this life altering type thing. Like if a person explains it well enough, I think it could work.
Well, I think that would be basic for any Sith to be able to withstand a battle, to be able to use your hate and anger to draw power from it. And draw power from the pain of your wounds.
Fracture got a problem with it. He said the rage is
rage and power is limited. It is not forever.
I do agree with what he said.
Not what I've seen in this country.
Have you ever been cut in half, fractured?
That's next weekend.
Next week.
See, I think we live in a world where rage and power is showed not to be limited, since we've been raging since 2016. 2015 was when walked down an elevator.
Since 4 stupid bitches went on the screen and said they were Ghostbusters, So,
I see you, puppy. Why don't you go lay down? All right, let's go through this some more. There's a very crucial part at 1:45. I'm going to need everybody to listen.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, sir.
I'm hitting the button on the goddamn StreamYard, not the fucking screen.
He's like, hey,
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
No, Bradley brought this up. You notice they capitalize heir to the Empire?
And I think you guys talked about the other day, that was never mentioned in the book itself. It was the title of the book. They never said he was heir to the Empire. It was the title of the book.
Yep. Fraction's at work right now screaming into his cell phone.
See, wait, that's proof that rage is unlimited.
Power, such as you've never dreamed.
So that looks exactly like the World Between Worlds, the way all that stuff's laid out.
Does it also look like the Starforge?
It kind of does.
I just recognize that. Does that look like the Starforge from KOTOR?
You were too drunk on Friday to recognize it, but I did say something about that.
Such as you've never dreamed.
Maybe that's what suddenly clicked.
And he's like, hey, wait, we did like almost an hour of this fucker, and he's just now realizing it.
It figures Jed had to do the Ahsoka trailer after I got off.
Oh, right.
Yeah, asshole.
Why does this look like Star Trek?
We went from talking hours.
That's what I was thinking when she got out of that chair. It looks like Star Trek.
Yeah, it does.
Way too clean. Way too clean.
Yeah. I've spent most of my life fighting a war. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me.
All right, so when they did the teaser, we're convinced that these guys right here aren't here. They're CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Mon Calamari looks like shit.
Didn't we say
does not
that
look
this
right
looks
at all.
weird that Friday, Bradley? We were like,
yeah. I thought the Mon Cal looked weird.
They don't look like they're real.
They look like the Clone Wars cartoon.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They look exactly like the Clone Wars cartoon, which is supposed to be an odd animation.
Mm-hmm.
And Hera looks like a chick with a hat on.
Yeah, because that shit is made. Actually, how
it is a chick with a hat on. That's why.
They put that shit on. Hey, Wolverine, what's up, brother?
What's up, Wolverine? But yeah, so me and Fracture brought up that the dancer in Jabba's palace looked like a better Twi'lek, and that was how long ago?
Shit.
40 years ago.
Yeah.
83 is when Jedi came out.
Yeah.
Prevent another one.
You and I both know who could help you with this. She's still just as stubborn as ever.
I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training. I walked away from him, just like I walked away from Sabine. You never made
Stop it. I hate that line.
Yep.
Which line?
Anakin didn't get to finish my training. I walked away from him, and how she says it. Now we can't see her face when she says it, so maybe they just cut that line right after. But me watching Clone Wars, that was one of the hardest decisions it seemed like Ahsoka ever had to make. Now, granted, she was young, and she really didn't. They made the decisions for her, the Jedi who were grooming her, as a lot of people would say. But Anakin was like a big brother to her. I don't know, some people might want to make that some I like each other type relationship, but I think that was a big brother to her. And again, she was young, so that was the only, that was family. The only reason she left was because the entire order was against her, except Anakin and Obi-Wan. And Anakin went on a fucking mission going against his own overhead to prove that she was innocent. So she's like, why the fuck would I stay? So she was like, why would I stay loyal to this group that wouldn't even hear me out? But then she's like, on that journey, I'm figuring out y'all are corrupted. Y'all don't even see it. I don't want to be there when shit hits the fan. So, I mean, I just hate that they put that line in there. That just yells more strong woman. I don't need no man, and the man that was in my life, he ain't nothing but a piece of shit, and I'm a badass because I had to fight against what he was doing to me. So I don't like that, man. I feel like that's just taken away from Ahsoka. And like Static said, I like Clone Wars Ahsoka, but what she's becoming, man, she making it too easy for them in their agenda.
Yeah.
So
Filoni. Oh, go ahead.
Also keep count of the number of guys you see in this.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, compared to strong women and Chopper.
It was at this point in the trailer that I started to realize I could smell this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something else too. I always looked at the relationship between Anakin and Ahsoka was something you would have seen how him and Luke or Leia would have interacted in a way. As far as the combat training and stuff and being passionate about keeping each other safe, it kind of reminded me of almost like a father-daughter relationship as well as a brother-sister relationship.
For sure. For sure. I would have loved to have seen that.
Supposedly losing Ahsoka was something else that helped push him to the dark side because it was something out of his control.
And he saw what they was willing to do to one of their own. He already felt like y'all are keeping things away from me. You're keeping information from me. You're keeping a position away from me. Yep. Y'all were told not to even take me in. It was some other guy who ain't even here right now who convinced y'all to take me in. So I can definitely see, I think Clone Wars helped us people who were on the outside looking in of Star Wars to understand that journey of him becoming Darth Vader.
Yeah, it was a more, and it gave you much more insight on him and Obi-Wan's relationship.
Yeah, and the great warrior and soldier and brother that you hear that he was.
Oh, fractured.
Yeah, fractured.
She was a shoehorned character.
Man, I feel you.
Clone Wars was all shoehorned.
I said Filoni fucking pimped her out. Yeah.
I would say Harley Quinn was a shoehorned character, but people love her. Like some shit you just gotta accept. People will like, and if you can make it work, why not?
Yeah. Like I said, and also something else. You watch Rebels, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did watch most of it.
What was the last scene in Rebels?
I don't remember.
Ahsoka the White coming to get Sabine to go find Ezra.
Yeah. No, I do not. No, I checked out. I think I got to Ahsoka and then the Darth Vader shit, but after that, I just skimmed.
Yeah. So the very last scene of Rebels is Ahsoka the White in the white robe with the white staff coming to meet Sabine and Lothal, and they're going to go find Ezra. This is years later, and for some reason, they don't talk no more.
Her and Sabine?
Her and Sabine. So I get the feeling Ezra's dead. Ezra's either dead or he's the big bad.
Yeah,
I told you he's going to be an Inquisitor. That's my guess.
He's going to be Snake Eyes.
Definitely going to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
He's a white male. He's going to be the big baddie.
So, no, he's a Latino.
Ezra. He looked Indian.
Well, he was mixed. He's mixed race. So.
He's Lothalwin.
Pay attention to this dialogue, AJ.
Master.
She just called Ahsoka Master.
Okay, what does Ahsoka say to that?
We don't know.
As a Jedi, sometimes you have to make the decision no one else can.
Pause that for a second. I made the comment right there that they casted somebody for Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he is going to show up in more.
Or he's just going to be on holotapes.
Yeah.
That would just be such a waste of. Why would you even bother that? You could just get away with the CG character.
Yeah. They literally casted somebody real. So that means he's going to show up. Just
why does a Mandalorian call a non-Jedi master?
Yeah. Because she's force sensitive now.
She is?
No. They're probably going to do that.
They're probably going to make her force sensitive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that what y'all are trying to say?
Once again, though, what does it matter? The First Order already exists in Disney canon in this timeline. They're just in deep space, getting together.
Mm-hmm. And so is the Sith Empire. The Sith
Empire is also building at the same time.
Yeah.
So okay.
Empires that don't know about each other.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Black Saber? What happened to that?
Nobody knows yet.
That's destroyed.
Bo-Katan has it. At this point, we don't know where. This is somewhere in the Mando timeline, which the Mando timeline starts 4 years after the destruction of Endor, the Battle of Endor.
Filoni said that Rebels, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and everything else is when he does his movie, he's going to bring everything together and everything's going to be explained.
Yeah,
but the Darksaber's gone. The Darksaber is destroyed.
Why does her armor look like fucking cardboard and not fucking?
Yeah,
because they're just going too much off the cartoon. Yeah. In the cartoon, it's fine.
But they have to exist in the world with the regular people.
Yeah.
She don't even have the boob padding.
Yeah, and also, do you remember when Kanan lost his sight and he cut all his hair off?
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
She had short hair in the show too.
No, but she cut all her hair off the same way Kanan did.
Oh.
I like Kanan.
Sometimes we have to do what's right, regardless of our personal feelings.
And like me and Fracture said, that right there is probably the only real thing in this fucking show, and it's probably hanging over Dave Filoni's bed right now.
Yeah, because they actually put that into. They made it for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
that was in the tower on Lothal in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
She painted that, waiting for someone to come.
So with this show, I don't know how I feel about it, because if Ezra is not dead, then he's the big bad, and they're essentially making him another Darth Vader. But Ahsoka has already went through this, so I don't want to see her go through the same shit again. Or maybe him becoming like a star killer. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad at him being raised or trained to be a Jedi on the light side of the Force, but then he goes and figures out or is trained by somebody on the dark side of the Force.
Well, you had that with the Twilight of the Apprentice. You had where Maul was severely influencing him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, but what I'm saying, showing him at an age where he's able to, like, I see Starkiller in this, when he's able to think for himself and kind of become his own person, as opposed to just a child being raised by an adult.
Yeah.
But I think, again, with this Grey Jedi thing, that's what I thought it was going to do with this sequel trilogy with Kylo Ren and Rey, have them coming together and create that. But this could also be the failed Kylo Ren story, where you have somebody who struggled with both sides.
Yeah. But they completely failed at doing any of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Because they fucked Finn over.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I wanted him to become a Jedi. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Man, and that could have been cool. Mace Windu was the badass, aggressive, militant one. Okay, that black guy. Now this generation of black guy, I'm not saying he a pacifist, but he's more defense, more level-headed, like an Obi-Wan.
Yeah, dude, the way they set it up in the first trailer, they're like, hey, he's kind of like Luke. And then you go and you're like, I was like, oh, that's cool. We're going to get another cool-ass Jedi. No, they fucked him. Literally. Fucked him.
Yeah, it definitely fucked him. All right, let's go.
Right, regardless of our personal feelings. Buckle up.
The damn space whales.
She said,
if we don't stop
pause. She said, sometimes, what did she say? Sometimes we got to do what's right, despite our personal
feelings. I get the idea that they're going to be saber scissoring.
Kanan said. I think that's what Kanan said.
I think she'd probably be saying, we got to kick Ezra ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell did you have up there?
Oh, sorry.
Race means nothing.
We're
Disney
both clicking
when you're a man. Are you two fucking around and hitting it?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Star Trek is better. This is actually the first Star Wars thing I'm interested in watching. I'll do animated stuff. So Rebels Alive should be interesting. Yeah, but the problem is they're going to subvert your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of get that there's something between them with that, without your personal feelings.
Yeah.
It could be that we have to go kill Ezra, but
everything will be.
Subscribe to Twitter Blue and you'll look like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like how they did Thrawn. For one, his shoulders are too weak. He doesn't look intimidating.
He looks like
he's part of Blue Man Group.
He looks like
his eyes should have been solid red. I think even he only had like just black dots in Rebels, but he didn't have irises and stuff.
Be in vain. You have no power.
This part right there.
Sabine's fighting with a lightsaber against a dark Jedi.
Wow, I didn't even notice that.
You have no power.
Yeah, you have no power.
And she tries to do the Force.
You have no power.
And it looks like she's trying to do Force push or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. And I would contrast that, which is why I say animation is way fucking better than live action. If y'all in the Old Republic cutscenes, when you had that Jedi, she had the yellow lightsaber, and she was fighting to get that Sith
granddaughter, wasn't it?
I I don't know, but she was using the force, and it was strong enough to where she was pushing him against a tree, and she was even breaking the tree.
Yeah,
that shit's cool. I've yet to see anything like that from Star Wars.
Yeah,
she also has the force power where she like takes the lightsaber to the hand and it doesn't penetrate.
Yeah, so I would just figure that was force push or like the force shield,
a force barrier or something, force shield. Yeah,
and that's what I need from Star Wars, and I just knew. Just seeing the level of shit that they're putting out, but as well as with live action, bro, that's just fucking hard to do.
Well, they're not. I don't think they're smart enough to do that.
They're not.
I don't think they're not.
I saw, man, based off of what the shit I saw from Obi-Wan, and bro, when I saw Darth Vader kneel down to ignite the oil on the ground with his lightsaber, I was like, bro, what are y'all doing?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Instead of force lightning, real quick, let me show you my power. Set this shit ablaze.
He used force lightning because of his suit. Palpatine built that in, but he could have just picked the oil up to the saber and threw it right back down with the force.
Well, I still don't like
a ball of the oil up and touch it with the saber and ignite it and throw it back down on the ground. You mean you have it like blocking the lightsaber without even touching it.
He could have used this fucking shipping container.
Yeah.
He could have drug it through that oil and lifted it up with the force, and then like slashed it with the saber, and then force pushed it over to Obi-Wan. So now you see Obi-Wan got a fucking dodge, 2 flaming containers coming at him.
Yeah, there's so much more they could have done, and they're not doing it, and it's all in the fucking what the hell is it, the void or whatever the hell it is. It's
the void between
really
worlds?
bad. No,
Are you talking about that? Oh.
The volume.
The volume. Yeah. The void volume. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
Did you hear it?
You mean the music?
No, not the music.
Oh.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
No, listen
Anakin
to
validated
the sounds. You know how they like to put sounds in?
No power.
Anakin spoke highly of you.
Oh,
I heard it now. I heard it.
They put Vader in that fucking scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, I lost my shit when we did this shit live first time.
So we see a lot of these legacy characters validating the new shit that they're trying to do, or these new characters that they want to push. And yeah, I'm glad you said this. So you hear the Vader sound in it, and then Anakin spoke highly of you. Like, yeah, he did, but that having to be there, I walked away from Anakin. Seeing Anakin turn into a piece of shit. It's just like all of this is just validation for whatever they're doing here. So for people who are not interested in going to look up and see anything before, they're just going to be like, well, these are the people that made Star Wars, so they know better than you.
Well, in this timeline, that guy would be like 70 fucking years old if he knew Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have had to have been one of the younglings that didn't get slayed because everybody survived Order 66.
Oh yeah, everybody killed, but everybody survived at the same time.
Yeah. Well, they're bringing Ayla Secura and someone else back in the comics.
Yeah.
This is 25 years after Order 66.
Yeah.
Because no, wait. A little bit more than that. Almost close to 30.
Yeah, so you had to been like Kanan's age.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say
I'm not here to discuss my past.
We have a lot of work to do.
Once a rebel, always a rebel.
Ezra right there. That's Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
That person right there is Ezra. And do you know the reason why they brought David Tennant back is the lightsaber specialist? That's how they're gonna give her lightsaber. He's gonna teach her how to make her lightsaber.
Who, Sabine?
Yeah, I guarantee you that's what's gonna happen.
See, now you saw her wielding a green saber, and I'm wondering if that's Ezra's saber, because I don't remember if he had a saber on him when he went on the Star Destroyer.
But remember, to become a full Jedi, you got to make your own saber. So she's going to have to probably make her own saber. And that's the reason why he's there. he's gonna give her the show her how to do that. She's gonna go get her own kyber crystal and then go make her save her, and then she's gonna become a Jedi in the show, basically.
There's only one Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah, I know. The way they set everything up in the trailer, that's how it looks. Because why would they bring David Tennant back as the guy that knows, as the robot that knows everything about lightsaber? He has a database of every single lightsaber ever made. So,
man, I didn't even pay attention to the possibility of Sabine becoming a Jedi.
Because there's no, it shouldn't be a possibility.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be.
She would have already shown it when Kanan trained her.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Exactly. Yeah. So, man, again, all of this right now is just the season of validation. So it is because we say it is. And
but wait, Kanan may not have been skilled enough to sense it in her.
He sensed it in Ezra,
but not to understand the full depths of Sabine's abilities. It was beyond his ability.
The guy turned into a fucking wolf when he died. A force wolf.
Yeah.
He spoke with the Bendu.
I don't think you understand that he's not a good character.
Because of his genitalia.
Let me say again that he is not a good, strong character.
He's
no Ahsoka.
There's also a rumor going around that Inquisitor is Starkiller.
Well, it's either Ezra or Starkiller, one of the two. That's the.
I'm not against Sam Witwerth showing up in real life, but not here. No.
Joe, don't put the
Joe, you're gonna have to sit down and like break the anime thing and watch Rebels. I'm telling you, you're not even gonna understand what's going on in this show unless you watch it.
Well, we are doing Star Wars Week this week on the channel, so
yeah.
You do not have to watch Rebels.
Yeah.
It's the source material.
Bullshit. Because if you didn't watch Rebels, you could think that Sabine could be a Jedi. She could be forces.
Hey, well, I would say, why are we even watching this shit? Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just like, hey, let's see.
Well, and that's the big part of nerddom is speculation.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Look, if you watch it, I wouldn't pay. I can't tell people what to do with their money, but man, I can't fund the enemy.
No,
nope. That's
the reason why I won't pay for Disney Plus or any of that bullshit.
Because as I'm watching this, I'm just looking at these.
Iron me, mate.
Look, I'm just watching this, and I'm like, how goofy do these actors feel with these head tails on and this makeup and all this shit? And then I'm like, well, you know what? They're getting paid for it, and they're laughing at us for being hyped about this shit and loving it so much.
I'm not hyped. I'm
that's the thing we have to remember. It's just a job for them. Same thing as Harrison Ford, where he's asked, did Han shoot first? I don't give a damn. I mean, it's a job for him. It's a job. It's the nerds to keep this alive. And the reason why it's getting problematic now for them, that it's not doing as well, is because they aren't catering to the nerds anymore. They're catering to a select few, a very small minority, with an idea, an agenda that they think they need to promote through this.
As said it best today, they're not catering to the 100%, they're catering to the 3%.
And
Exactly.
which is why us nerds are out here watching this strike, because they're like, well, you're not doing the shit that's going to get these nerds in the seats anymore, and they're like, well, you're not paying us enough, all this type of shit. And we just like, well, hey, if you would have made the right content, we would have been watching it. I would gladly give you my money.
I think if they made content that, and pardon my language, that made nerds hard, then normies would be attracted to it. Because it would have to be in-depth, good storytelling.
They did Iron Man and the first Captain America movie proper and Winter
And they
Soldier.
adapted those two movies very well for modern times.
Yeah, and then
isn't the only Iron Man Disney's responsible for the third one?
As well as not being responsible for the Incredible Hulk movie where he fought Abomination. That's my Abomination. Bring back Edward Norton. Bring back assholes.
AJ, you said you're not going to support the enemy. Does that mean you're not going to put on the peg leg and the eye patch too?
Man, I wouldn't, just for time. I don't want to sit and watch some shit. But would I do it? Yeah, I'll do it. I watched
check out an episode or two.
I'll check out some stuff. I watch.
Peg leg and eye patch.
Well, I'm saying if we do the live streams or whatever, it'll be on a Discord channel. You can just sit in a Discord if you want to.
Yeah, I love it because I watched like the first 2 episodes of She-Hulk, and once I saw that, I was like, okay, there's no point in me investing. But
I couldn't make it through the last half of the first episode of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, comics went through all of them. God bless comics, man. He goes through all this shit just
well, I mean, yeah, he was making content and stuff. Like She-Hulk would have been content gold if I decided to have gone down that road. Like shit. I mean, my Velma videos Velma hit the algorithm again this week, and I'm getting more views on all my Velma videos. Like it doesn't make any damn sense.
Dude,
She-Hulk would have been the same way.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yes, Sam, you are right.
All right, so I want to get AJ's take on this. Mr. Compromise is in this trailer. Did you ever play Twisted Metal Abomination?
Yeah, man, I did. I didn't love it though, but yeah, I definitely grew up with it.
I was all about Twisted Metal 1 and 2.
Yeah, I played the shit out of these games.
Yeah, the friends would have the game, and I'd go over their house. I never owned it.
Yep.
Yeah, you had to play with friends anyways. It was born by yourself.
Yeah,
that was before online.
Yep.
Yeah. 20 years ago, the world fell to shit.
God, that's quiet.
Cities put up walls to protect themselves and threw the criminals out so they could fight over what was left. But there are humble motherfuckers like me delivering cargo from one walled city to another. And that's where the cars and guns come in. Give me the package stuff, man! So if I'm here, then the exit is... Oh, they have a Foot Locker. Oh, son of a...
So first of all, it seems super corny. Now, the Twisted Minds behind Deadpool and Zombieland does give me some faith because those were both very good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to New San Francisco. I want to hire you. Pick up a package, bring it back. I can make your every wish come true. So, John, what do you wish for?
Toilet paper. 2-ply.
I think I can do better.
3-ply?
That just made him look like an idiot.
Yeah. And yeah, he's compromised, so his job is safe. As long as he don't get too far out of line, he got work.
He's not making anybody make him sandwiches anymore.
Yeah, he's compromised as fuck.
So hold on. I'm gonna need my memory refreshed here, but is he compromised like Tom Holland's compromised now, or like
he's one of them. He's one of their boys.
Yeah, he's one of them now.
Has he put on the pink dress and taken it in the ass, or like
he fucked a dude in a video game on some shit called Black Mirror that my wife was watching?
Was that Black Mirror or Altered Carbon?
No, Black Mirror, Altered Carbon. I thought that was a fucking racing game.
No, there's a that's where they take over different bodies.
Good.
I think it was Black Mirror. So it was an anthology.
And
that was one of the episodes. He was doing that. And you know, like I said, when I talk about this stuff, man, I'm really like truly woke to this shit. More tearing down of the black family. He had a wife, but he was fucking his best friend from when they was like kids, when they was younger in the video game. So then their marriage was the wife got to go and do whatever she wanted. And he gets to fuck this dude in the game. Like on a special day, on like their anniversary or some shit. And I'm just like, who's watching this, bro?
When I saw that episode, I was like, what the fuck, bro?
I just found it. I just found the episode called Striking Vipers.
Yeah.
That's the episode of this
sultry.
And so it was a fighting game. Yeah, spoiler. I don't think any of y'all want to watch this, but it was a VR, like virtual fighting game. They could feel everything. So at first it was just, okay, I can feel the kicks, I can feel the punches. But his friend was like gay and was wanting him for so long. And he was playing with the female character because, you know, some of us play with female characters. And he like jumps on the dude and just started kissing his like avatar. And he's like, hey, this shit feels good. I'm looking at a woman, but it's my homie from a state over or something. So that was just weird. But when you see actors willing to do stuff like that, then it's just like, okay.
That's some shit Steve would do.
Remember the behind the scenes shit for Avengers when they were talking about Falcon? Like his whole thing was cut the check. Yeah.
Damn.
That tells you right there. Cut the check. I'll say what you want.
Yeah. And then you got Don Cheadle with the protect trans kids shirt on and shit. He's skinny as fuck. So I'm like, yeah, they'll get the ones.
Too. He eating Z bugs.
Yeah, he's on that Robert Downey Jr. diet.
Yep. And yeah, man, like I know it's happening to all races, it's happening to all men, but you can just see how more easily it's done with the select few black men that they have access to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just talking about we're not talking about, but what's this show? My Life with Superman or Clark Kent, Lois, or some shit.
They turned Superman into Sailor Moon. I was so
So Superman, Sailor Moon, but then you got the little skinny little dude who I don't know.
They changed Banshee from being supernatural to being machine based. There's a whole bunch of shit they changed in it.
Lois Lane looks like a boy.
Cooking is hot now. So you see Superman carrying Lois and the black dude Jimmy holding on to his like ankle or fucking thigh or some shit. Like I just want to watch y'all get it on.
Oh God!
I was just like,
I haven't seen Bugs share that. Bugs been keeping me up to date on the Superman. I keep checking his stuff out.
I can't watch it. I tried to, and I was like, the minute he transformed into Sailor Moon, I was like, nope, I'm out.
Now, supposedly the Lois and Clark TV show, the actual TV show, is fucking good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they turn it into Doomsday at the end of the season.
Oh, you mean Superman and Lois?
Awesome.
Yeah, Superman and Lois. Yeah,
it's fucking.
That is. Awesome. It's actually pretty well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody thought that was going to get canceled, and they were going to keep Gotham Knights, and then they canceled Gotham Knights
and kept Superman and Lois because Superman and Lois. Actually
but now you have all the retarded writers from those shows going on that show.
Yeah, and
they
so
also
it's
reduced the main cast
next season. You know,
yeah.
So.
All right, back to the hit PlayStation game series.
All right, Evelyn, let's deliver this package. It's rude not to introduce yourself before pulling a gun on someone. Oh, this is rude. If you put the gun down, I'll drop you off.
That's a different gun.
Where you're going?
Yep.
She could have more than one.
Yeah,
that's the you know what? Is she being typecasted? That's the crazy broad from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's kind of hot.
Yeah.
So now they're going to Vegas.
They're gonna have to go through Vegas. We both know who rules Vegas, John.
Hi, everybody.
I do not like how they did Sweet Tooth.
No.
Do not like how they did Sweet Tooth.
Gay.
Sweet Tooth was a child killer.
Dude, he wanted to kill everybody, and then his wish was to kill his sister, and then it backfired, and he got killed, and he was in the grave of his sister. It's fucked up.
Yeah. Twisted Metal was some really, really dark shit.
It was really fucking dark shit.
Head and catch it as good as that.
Nev Campbell.
This is gonna be fun. Peekaboo. This never happened to me before. Really? Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, my God. It's DMV.
I mean, we all feel that way, right?
Yeah.
Nah, look, I'm going to say that joke with the gun not going off, that was funny.
Yeah.
This never happened to me before.
I like the fact he has a High C shirt on.
Okay.
Like, that's sponsorship right there.
Random, yeah.
Yeah, remnants of the past. I'm with that.
In regards to not liking the DMV, people discover the third-party DMV. It's a wonderful thing.
We have the tax collector here, and you're in and out in 15 minutes.
What third-party deal?
Yeah, you can go to third-party DMV and get shit done way faster.
Oh, you mean those little ones where you go inside and the little cubby hole and
We have the tax collector here, and you're literally in there. You're in and out in 10 to 15 minutes. You conceal carry offices in the same place.
What's down the red line?
Fracture said that's gay as fuck.
Cool. Screams.
I don't. Anthony Mackie is not that person.
No, well, I get it with him if it's going to be goofy, but Twisted Metal should not be goofy and funny.
No, it shouldn't.
Twisted Metal should be like Death Race times 1,000.
Yeah, I was about to say, how was this so hard? Like I've seen Death Race. Isn't that basically a movie, Twisted Metal?
That was Twisted Metal before Twisted. That's what influenced Twisted Metal, basically.
Oh, okay.
Was Death Race? Yeah.
Yeah. So you had Death Race 2000 back in the day. Let me refresh this because it doesn't look right. You had Death Race 2000, which was David Carradine, who played Frankenstein. A very good movie. You had Frank Stallone in it. Very, very good movie. I recommend it if you're into stuff
Death
like
Race,
that.
original Death Race is fucking awesome, bro.
What else do we have?
And then they went and redid the Death Race movies.
Right, with Jason Statham, which wasn't a bad movie, but it was not as good as Death Race 2000.
And
okay, well, I saw those.
By the time
Death Race 2000 is more. So the idea is they want to assassinate the president of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a dystopian future where you have one president that no one ever fucking sees. He lives in like Shangri-La. Everybody's poor. All this shit. It's kind of like Hunger Games before Hunger Games, like back in the day. You gotta remember, it's a 70-something movie. David Carradine was young.
Brad.
It was before Kung Fu.
Yeah, I think it was
like 78 or 79.
I think it was 74.
Yeah, it's gonna say it had to be earlier.
I would because it was before if I remember before I was.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Like they get points for hitting pedestrians if they're in a wheelchair. They get more points.
Kids,
shit like that.
Kids, old people, and all this other shit.
So that's like a game that I don't know. People somehow just play, and that came from something. That's funny to know.
Yeah.
You know, like if I don't know, maybe I just got a dark sense of humor too, though. But y'all get what I'm saying. If you like, I've been in a car and played that game. Like, oop, there goes that person. Hit him with this amount of points.
Oh yeah, and they go flying and shit, dude. Yeah, this is fucking funny.
Yeah, but to know it actually came from somewhere, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
If you paid attention to, you ever watch Toxic Avenger?
Yes, unfortunately.
Right, so I don't know how. Like, the people on the side of the car and the people on the side of the car, and like however many people they ran over. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of that stuff. So this next trailer, I am not interested in this movie at all. Someone posted a picture of Gonzo from the
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he definitely stole that outfit.
I've spent the past 7 years traveling the world perfecting my craft. You see, I'm something of a magician, inventor, and chocolate maker. So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that, reverse it.
Mr. Wonka, say you're a man of great ingenuity.
Scratch that and reverse it. Isn't that from?
That's from Gene Wilder.
That's the original.
What they did, and I said this Friday, and Brad was there because he watched it with me along with
Yeah, so you do all the fun shit when I leave, asshole.
Dude, you guys fucked off. Like
I went to bed. I had to work the next day. I had to be up at 6 a.m.
I know, but they combined Johnny Depp and Gene Wilder in this trailer.
I'm sorry. The only Wonka exists is fucking Gene Wilder.
I know.
His outfit. I'm trying to remember. It
Gene Wilder scared the fuck out of you as a kid.
This guy doesn't have the chops.
I agree. Absolutely, he does not. I mean, you just don't buy that line from him.
Nope, not at all.
No.
Yeah, and I was
he Abomination will be back here in a second. But yeah, it's so I'm not even interested in this movie. When they announced it, I wasn't interested in the Johnny Depp version. I did watch that, and I just did not like it.
I watched like maybe a half hour of it, and I was like, I just can't. No.
The only way I see this one possibly being good is if they somehow are able to represent like some
He's
sort
supposed to be super young here, Wolverine.
Right. Yeah. So like the only reason I would be interested in this is if there's like some sort of way that they're able to display like a slow descent into madness for Wonka.
Well, I think he's already supposed to be mad. He's already supposed to be mad. He's supposed to be
well,
mad.
I mean, he was goofy and like creative always, right? Like that's where like
by this age he was already supposed to be like off the rails right here.
Yeah. Well, it was never right.
In the books, it says it. You know.
Oh, there's books.
I mean, more like
there's Willy Wonka and there's Willy Wonka and a Great Glass Elevator. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Willy Wonka and a Great. I had both of them when I was a kid. That tells you how long these books have been out.
That was in 1875.
Yeah, I had these books when I was a kid, and I read the shit out of them.
Right, like so, like he's.
And I'm almost 50, so put the numbers together. So
I didn't know these were books.
Yeah, I didn't know there was books either. Makes sense since the first one was so damn good. Gene Wilder Gene Wilder taking you through the tunnel.
Yep.
Oh, and the first movie was absolutely fucking terrifying as a child.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I wasn't terrified. I was like, this is fucking
And you got
awesome.
the idea that all those people died in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like AJ and Ego were talking about this yesterday. Willy Wonka's a horror movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And
the boy and his grandfather happened to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the reason why I liked it so much. I was like, it's weird. It's my kind of shit.
I'm totally Gene Wilder was not the greatest of actors. That was probably his greatest role.
Yeah.
That young Frankenstein.
I'm totally gonna rip off the Heroes No Capes because Willy Wonka's like the original Jigsaw. I think they said that yesterday. I don't know, but like the grandson and the grandpa won the contest. Like they figured out the puzzle.
Man, Jigsaw, Sweeney Todd, this the weird shit that was happening to the kids, like that was horrific. And if only those effects were lasting, and he took them away and did who knows what to these kids.
Well, okay, so I can tell you what happened. I know the fate of all of them. Mike TV, he got when so Violet
they juiced the one girl, right?
They had to put her in a dejuicer, and she was purple and all this shit for the rest of her life. Mike TV, or one of them got stretched out or some
that's Mike
shit.
TV.
Yeah, he got stretched out in the book, and the books are more graphic than the movie was. They were extremely graphic.
Tried to make it like PG-13.
What about
what happened graphic for back in the day?
What happened with Veruca? Because she was the bad egg.
She got squeezed. They put her in a roller and squeezed all the juice out of her.
No, that's the what's her face. Veruca was the bratty one.
Died. She went down, if I remember right.
Incinerator.
She did an incinerator and died.
Okay, so because in the movie, now I didn't read the books, but in the movie, the Wonka mentions how it goes straight to the incinerator, but he like sent some Oompa Loompas to go check to see if they can prevent that.
And then you find out he goes, "Oh, she must be dead. Oh well." And then you go out and you see at the end of the book, all the kids come out and they're totally not how they were when they came in.
Mm-hmm. So what about
so fucked up?
Okay, so what happened to Augusta Galoof, the guy that got sucked up the chocolate tube?
I don't remember that one, but
okay,
I think he had diabetes or some shit.
He had diabetes before he ever went there.
Yeah, that was without Wonka.
It was really fucked up what happened to him. So, and then he goes, "You know the reason why I picked you, Charlie? Because you weren't like the others. You were curious about the fizzy bullshit, but he goes, you passed my test. I tested you to see if you had the heart to do all this, and you passed, like he did in the movie when Gene Wilder, he goes, you passed my test. This was all a test."
But like he didn't really pass the test because he drank that soda.
Yeah. Well, he still passed it because he got by it with his grandfather. If you go and look what they did. And Wonka was watching the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I thought it was because Charlie was the only one who was curious about the magic and the wonder of it, as opposed to everybody else who wanted the riches.
The wonder and the magic of everything. The others were just in it for themselves to whatever they could get. Charlie was the only one that was like, he loved the factory. He loved seeing all the magic and wonder and everything. And Fractured, the books were brutal as fuck. And then when you go in, that first book was, but then you go into the second one, jeez, like
the original movie was the glass elevator.
Yeah, Great Glass Elevator, and his whole family gets put. If I remember right, they push the bed into the glass elevator.
Yep.
And the whole family goes, and they get stuck in the Great Glass Elevator, and all chaos ensues.
I had to go back and look this up. The Vermissus Canids.
And I think that's why it'll definitely be a good horror movie, like, plot or story or whatever. If the idea of him is he's like, this candy almost grant your wishes. But it was, I said on Heroes No Capes, if it was like a monkey paw situation where you'll get your wish, but maybe it's just, the be careful what you wish for type thing. Like maybe they eat what's that candy, like 100 grand or the something carat, like gold. And then they get like a Midas touch. So now everything you touch turn to gold. If I can touch and they loved ones and, they're dying and shit, like stuff like that. If he was that person. But I would be cool with if he started as this guy, but then the world just got like more corrupt or whatever. And
here's the thing. Wonka warned everybody ahead of time. He wasn't the bastard that everybody thought. He literally, I wouldn't do that. They were like, where does this go? Oh, this leads over here. But that's up to you. Like, I'm warning you. Like,
that's the thing. Kids playing around in a factory, somebody's going to lose a fucking arm.
Yeah, and he's like, well, this goes over here, and then he's like, this goes over here, and then he's like, you can wander around the factory, but I'm telling you, there are things you may not want to get into.
and I'm gonna say that's a cool villain, because then you say, okay, you can't really blame it on him. Like, he built it, but they came. They're the ones who are actually, with free will, are choosing these things, and it's working out for them that way.
Well, then is he really a villain?
Charlie was the only one that didn't want riches.
Yeah, Charlie was wholesome and everything else, and wanted the magic and the mystery and everything else.
That's funny, bro. Now, because now I'm thinking the chocolate factory is basically the cave of wonders. Like, there's riches everywhere, but if you show how greedy you actually are, then you you trap yourself.
Even one, especially Veruca, when she went, I want it now, and so, and that was in the books too. It was the book, and I was reading this as a kid, and I was like, gee, I was giggling. I was like, my grandparents are like, what are you reading? And I'm like, I gotta read this for the school. And I was like, it's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then, because I had a dark sense of humor even when I was a kid, like the shit I had to put up with. So, yeah, he did. It did. Ariel, what he said.
2-minute trailer. And we 20 minutes. All right, that was Ariel.
I think it was good to read. Like, when's the last time anyone saw like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Like, besides the Johnny Depp one, I didn't care for that one. That one they tried to make that too fucking weird, and they failed miserably.
Yeah.
The original
was Tim Burton. It was Tim Burton, right?
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Tim Burton does make some good weird shit. That was not one of them.
Yeah,
it wasn't not good.
He tried to do the books, but he didn't just grasp the concept of how it was. Like, I would say the one with Gene Wilder, it grasped the concept of it, but so.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a one-to-one version of the book, which you'll never, ever get.
Oh no, you'll never see it, especially the second book, where they kicked it up a notch, and people were being eaten and shit alive. It was brutal as fuck.
All right, let's move on. Let's go.
What are you doing? I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel. You can't get a shop without selling chocolate, and you can't sell chocolate without a shop.
No daydreaming.
What are we gonna do, Willie?
Huh? Huh.
A double hop.
Do you have a pencil and paper?
Uh-huh.
I got an idea.
Can you pause that, Wookie?
Yeah.
AJ, do you like? I heard you say something. I don't like how they shoehorned that other character in right there.
Yeah, that's just for representation points.
Yeah, that was just for representation, and I called that out right away. I was like, okay, she wasn't in any of the books or any of this shit, and he didn't know people like this.
Did anybody on this panel watch the Paddington Bear movie?
I did. No. I did.
That's not a shocker, Jed.
I'm surprised I wasn't the only one to say yes. But no, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was representation because he didn't know somebody like that when he was this age.
Well, how old are the books?
Shit. The movies came out before. The movie came out before I think I was born.
The first movie came out in 1971.
Yeah, it came out. So I wasn't born until 1975.
When did the book come out, Bradley? Look that up real quick.
1964, Charlie and Chocolate Factory.
There wasn't a lot of black people in Europe and in England in 1964.
Yeah,
that's not true.
They were there, but it wasn't.
Look at,
they weren't predominant.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Rings of Power. There were many black people.
That's not England, you dipshit.
I know.
It's fictional. it's supposed English lore.
Yeah, but so it's what do they got that movie coming out on Netflix where the black woman was Queen of England?
Oh, how about
that?
You know they're getting sued for all these movies. Yeah. Netflix is.
Well, they're getting sued for Cleopatra, but I don't know if they got sued for. Oh my God, what was it? What was her name?
Was not Anne Boleyn? Is it Anne Boleyn?
Yeah, Anne Boleyn. Yeah.
There's some rumor that she may have had some black heritage. I think.
Well, she's black in the movie. Her family's black in the movie.
And I want to say that was a BBC production.
Hey, Joker, what's up, dude?
Thing. No, it was Netflix. Netflix had it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
BBC. I thought that was a black joke.
Yeah. I wish I was that smart.
Just go watch Bridgerton. Just go watch Bridgerton.
At that point in time, you still had continental divide. Immigration wasn't that popular.
Yeah.
You have to remember that the English pretty much eradicated the Moors, which included any black person.
And we said this on the show. You got to explain. Now, they can say this is not the direct Willy Wonka, but I mean, you still, people's heads they're gonna scratch their heads. I didn't see these black people in the original, so what is this right here? If this is a prequel, but again, it's not the same.
But it's supposed
Wonka
to make you feel better, though.
Yeah, but then right, and then a lot of black people will attack me for that. White people as well. But then I'm like, well, what's up with this white savior shit? Because they're saying it right now. I know things haven't been easy for you, little black girl, but my magical young white ass about to come in and just move your world for you. I'm about to make you appreciate life a little bit more, or show you that you can be with me. You can have a better life if you just attach yourself to me and then pat them on their black hair and watch it pop back into place.
Yeah.
So that's my issue with it. This is for me, but it's to make sure that I'm watching and I'm ready to receive your message of I can only get so far on my own. I need your help the rest of the way to truly become not a savage anymore. I'll say that.
All right, let's finish this trail. We're already at 2 hours, guys. I figured we'd run along today. Bad thing is we got a massive panel next week.
I know things haven't been easy for you. They're gonna get better.
You promise?
They're gonna get better.
That's the most solemn vow there is.
Where do we start?
I promise.
A good chocolate chip is simple.
You keep giving us this money for Ukraine, it's gonna get better for you.
What's happening? Oh, the chocolate that makes it fly.
Let's find out, shall we?
Who's for a hover job? Nothing to see here. Just a small group of people defying the laws of gravity.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet, my name is Willy Wonka.
He's good. Too good. Yeah, pretty sure I've gained about 150 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
You can change her life, Mr. Wonka. Change
their lives. AJ, right there. You can change her life.
Agreed. And then change all of their lives was the second thought. And yeah, we said it on the show, man. I could see if he was like some fucking candy Santa Claus and he just want to bring all the kids like delicious, sweets and stuff, because maybe, the government, capitalism, whoever the fuck ever was raising prices so the poor people couldn't afford sweets. So he's making them in his little factory or in his little wonderland of sweets and bringing them to all the kids, not just this little special black girl who's inspiring him somehow, some fucking way.
You got the idea back in the original movie that everybody was poor and couldn't afford chocolate.
Yes.
So it was like a big deal for him to buy a chocolate bar. His grandfather gave him the money to go buy a chocolate bar.
Yeah, and these
it's the chocolate mafia.
Yeah, this chocolate mafia bullshit didn't exist either. They're like adding a ton of shit that wasn't even in the books. Like
chocolate
cartel. Well, there's no source material.
Yeah, Jesus, that's your answer to everything, isn't it?
That's such a good answer. That's how we.
Me and Brad are like now. Source material.
We don't have the thousands and thousands of books that Marvel Comics does.
Yeah,
no.
Me and Brad always said this: the source material.
And the mini Marvel doesn't have good source material.
That's the lawyer in him.
Not the mini cartoons and animated shows already with poor live action adaptations.
Yeah.
The work is done for you already.
All right, let's go.
Run away! Every good thing in this world started with a dream. So you hold on to yours.
Here we go, Mama.
Yeah,
he just called her Mama.
But yes, his mom wasn't alive. She already died.
No, I thought he was calling the girl Mama.
No, he was calling the girl, but his mom already died. It was a brutal.
Well, yeah, he was an orphan.
No, his parents got ate by like some shit, by some animals or some shit.
So he's an orphan.
Yeah, basically, he didn't have. Yeah. He got orphaned because his parents met this really tragic end. So.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Wonka's a sad story for himself. Yes.
Yeah.
Mark my words. This is going to be the greatest chocolate shop the world has ever seen.
So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfectly respectable size for an Oompa Loompa.
Is that Hugh Grant?
Yes, that's Hugh Grant.
All right, I'm not watching this fucking movie.
I thought he was supposed to like go off to some foreign land and find.
He did. He was Oompa Loompa Land. That's how he met them. He didn't.
And these
meet
Oompa
them.
Loompas look like the ones from the first movie, not the second one.
Yeah.
And he did. He didn't. The reason why is Wonka did all these travels where he got all these spices and stuff and other chocolates and everything else. And then he found this land where these little Oompa Loompas lived, and they were getting picked on and ate and all this other shit from animals and everything else.
What?
And he said,
yeah, they were food.
Yeah, and he said, well, do you want to come and live in my factory? You guys would be safe. All you would have to do is work for me. That's what he said.
He gave them jobs.
Despicable me.
He gave them jobs. Yeah, basically.
And home.
And
safety.
But he said I'm a good size for Oompa Loompa. No, you're not. That guy's literally tinier than a fucking dwarf. And then I'm not gonna watch this movie. This guy cheated on Elizabeth Hurley with the fat black prostitute.
I know.
That's racist.
No, it's factual.
Cheating on Elizabeth Hurley's racist.
Who cheats on Elizabeth Hurley?
I know, right? Who's a fucking idiot to cheat
AJ,
on
would you
Hurley?
cheat on Elizabeth Hurley if you were married to her?
No.
I'm saying you racist because how you gonna lump in Oompa Loompas with dwarves? All little people are not the same.
They are dwarves.
Bro, dwarves are not orange with green hair.
They're the same height.
We know what dwarves look like. We all saw the photos this week.
I'm just waiting for Wonka's white savior complex.
Bro, it's already there. It's disguised as Big Brother, which I said I like the relationship. I can accept this from an honest company, but knowing who these people are, who are proven to be, then I'm like, I can't accept what you're trying to just give me. With
Is this Warner?
And didn't the last movie like fail?
I think so.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Well,
Yeah,
didn't
wasn't
they
a
do
very
a
big
sequel?
hit.
Because I don't know. I don't know. So.
And this guy got fucking lucky in playing Dune. And I don't think he's been in anything else. Nothing major.
Nobody wants Hugh Grant in anything anymore.
No, he's talking Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet. Like he was like in a TV show, and then he got cast in Dune. Like there are actors that have their one role, and that's it.
Yeah, and then he's had Dune come out.
I'm not impressed by him. I'm not.
No,
I'm not. This makes me not want to watch Dune.
They could have found somebody that was better. To be honest,
they didn't need to do it. I don't think.
That too. But you know, if
who
you're
would they have put in this role?
Right.
Who is Willy Wonka right now? Chris Pratt?
Gene Wilder.
No,
Gene Wilder. No. There's nobody capable of playing a Gene Wilder.
That's what
there
I'm
is
saying.
nobody that capable of playing Gene Wilder. Period.
That's like that's like Christopher Reeve being Superman. Like and you got like all these other in like Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. There's some roles that it's hard to replace them on.
Ariel's on acid right now. Evidently, she's hallucinating.
Oh, she's still recovering.
I think she was talking about the Rowan Atkinson being the priest. I believe he is in this movie, though.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
that's Mr. Bean.
Man, me and Ego were saying that instead of this shit right here, this prequel where you want to add stuff in, shoehorn, I would have loved to see Charlie. What is he doing with it? And then Wonka's
dude, because they in the second book he
like
hands
how much
Charlie.
has the magic corrupted him?
And we were saying like if Wonka's son came and found out that his dad had given over the chocolate kingdom to this kid who's not like related, then you can have some back and forth there, but see how these two characters who I would say value Willy Wonka, who believed in him, they're trying to in their own way fight for what they think he believed in. And then you could have seen them come together. Like that would have been a cool story to see. You would have got your diversity because it's in the future.
Yeah,
like
Wonka
later
never
on.
had kids. He was a bachelor all his life.
Yeah, shoehorn. Give him a damn kid. Some girl roamed into the chocolate kingdom and he liked her sweets too.
Charlie did get kind of corrupted in the second book. So, because whenever a problem would pop up, he goes, Mr. Wonka, what do I do now? He goes, Charlie, you're in charge of everything now. Because Wonka still was around at the factory and everything. And in the glass elevator and stuff. He goes, Charlie, you're in charge now.
Is the second book kind of like one of those...
Charlie's family wouldn't get out of the bed.
Yeah.
So is the second book kind of like one of those situations from like the first season of Ozarks where like they moved into that house and the guy that was the original owner still lived there and shit?
Yeah,
like
Wonka was still there. He stayed with him. Like
But wait, I thought the glass elevator had something to do with aliens. Let me go back and
it's
check that.
the Knits, the Vernicious Knits, yeah.
Yeah.
They ate people.
In Wonka World?
Yeah.
Aliens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, let's go. Why didn't we get
AJ's
that?
like, I'm audio booking this shit tomorrow.
Bro, this shit dope. Because we was talking about it's made by Warner Brothers and people who worked on Harry Potter. If Willy Wonka was just a fucking wizard in the wizarding world of Harry Potter and he decided to use his magic for sweets, why not?
That would be the same thing you think about getting in Gringotts. Yeah.
So I can accept that, but aliens and all this other shit.
Diagon Alley, it'd be correct. But yeah, like the booger tasting jelly beans and stuff sounds like Wonka right off the bat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And actually, when I seen that in Harry Potter, because I never read the books, when I seen that in Harry Potter, the first thing I thought of was Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Well, the first Gene Wilder movie and then the first Harry Potter movie did share a lot of similarities, and she did say she did take some inspiration from Willy Wonka a tiny bit. So,
yeah, well, probably just because the candies they described in the first movie, and even they go into the second movie are fucking outrageous.
Yeah,
and they make you do weird shit, which sounds like Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
that's the Weasley brothers with their.
Because they started their business because they graduated. So
graduated.
Well, they dropped out, dude.
Like that.
They didn't graduate. They dropped out.
Oh,
they said, fuck this shit. And dipped out.
But they did start their business. I do know that.
Yeah. All right. Let's finish this up.
An Uber what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
That's too small.
Oh, I don't think I want to hear that.
Fucking
Too late.
hate this now.
I've started dancing now. Once we've started, we can't stop.
That doesn't bother me. The Hugh
Hugh
Grant,
Grant
stuff doesn't
grabs his
bother me.
ankles and shows his face between his legs.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second. That fucking
They did that in the original one in a dance move. Like that was
and I know,
it's
but
just
he
Hugh
didn't
Grant, he's
get
a
that.
fucking
He
piece
didn't
of shit.
get that flute until he went to go see them, and I was like, "Oh, fuck you guys."
You guys got time for one more, or do we need to check out?
They Fractured said this shit's wild.
What's the last one?
Godzilla -1 and some 1 minute trailer.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
35 more minutes.
Yeah, because I actually want to see this.
I can actually type.
How did y'all feel about the thoughts on the last Kong and Godzilla, but what since we were doing Twisted. Okay, well,
and I'm usually like if it's a Godzilla movie, I watch it. But I haven't watched that because there was so much shit about fucking climate change and all that other crap.
It was bad.
Yeah, so and that instantly tuned me out. Dude, I remember watching Godzilla in black and white on fucking color television in daycare. Yeah,
you liked it?
I'm sitting there as like a fucking 3-year-old kid going, Godzilla. I always say Godzilla because that's what I always heard. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're racist." I'm like, no, that's what you because it was always Japanese people saying Godzilla.
Well, Kong Skull Island was good.
I love that movie. Yeah,
I need to watch that one.
And that was Brie Larson too. And I was like, how is she not annoying the hell out of me right now?
Yeah. Yeah, the last movie I watched, I think, was the Rian Johnson Godzilla movie, which I actually enjoyed. I thought it was interesting and a fair play.
Man, I would say watch. Of course, I'm not going to tell anybody to watch anything that came out in the past 10 years. But if you watch Kong versus Godzilla, it wasn't good. But, I mean, just for, I guess, eyes on a big monster movie. You know, it's nice to speculate. So
supposedly the monsters were really good. It was just everything else that happened.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was all the bullshit on the side. All we wanted to see was just monsters fighting.
All right, this is 34-second trailer. From 0 to minus.
Godzilla. -1.
Oh, it is from Toho. Okay.
From that alone, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see
supposedly, I guess they did some Netflix stuff, and Fractured was saying about Fractured. Put in the chat what you were talking about.
Yeah, he put it
right
there.
Yeah, they fucked Mechagodzilla, yes, so I didn't care for that either.
Yeah, they did fuck Mechagodzilla. I was kind of
that was whack.
But yeah, so evidently they've done some stuff on Netflix, a movie and TV show or something like that. That wasn't that great. Same company, but I'm all in for this. Like that is, if it's Japanese and it's Godzilla, I'll watch it. I'm not going to turn it down.
Yeah, I was happy to not see a guy in a rubber suit.
I mean, I'd take that.
Ew, I can't do it. No, that Godzilla looked good though.
Ariel said that Godzilla looks like the version of Godzilla that the U.S. first was going to use in the 80s.
Yeah, so he doesn't have old Godzilla had like the rounded dorsal fins. Yeah. This one has like fucking spikes coming off his back, so it's a little different. There's some stuff on Twitter that shows like the AI model or whatever for him, and I'm for it, dude. It looks good. I'm interested to see what happens. I would have liked to see like Godzilla come back. I mean, it doesn't have to be Godzilla is not one of those things that have to be well written. It has to be good action.
Yeah, I want to see big monster movies. I was going to ask y'all, since we was doing the Twisted Metal, how did you feel about the Rampage movie?
I didn't watch that because it was The Rock.
Oh man,
I actually watched that. I was kind of a little bit bored, a little bit. Yeah.
I remember it being better than I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be much worse too.
I'm gonna have to watch it tonight. Now that you brought that up, I'm gonna have to watch it tonight. Give it a chance.
I'd say it was not good, but in the game, the people turned into the monsters. Here, it wasn't that. They was like mutating monsters, evil corporation, and I think we just need some absurdity. I need these movies, to just say fuck it. Let's just go hard at it. Like even with the Star Wars, like don't take it seriously. Enjoy it. Be invested in that world. Because I would have loved for The Rock to turn into that big ass ape and do like
dude, that would have been so awesome. And Rock's like, I'm gonna power up,
bro, and doing wrestling moves on it, act like he taking off the fucking elbow pad. Dude, and all that type of shit.
In the Rock bottom.
Bro, I'm talking about throwing monsters into big ass buildings. And I want that type of
dude,
fun.
I'm all for like bringing out Mothra. Was it Giga Hydra? Fucking Mecha Godzilla, and having like the old school shit. Like, dude, I can watch that shit 24/7. Like, you can't understand a damn thing people say.
Actually, on Pluto
but it's
TV,
still good action.
On Pluto TV, they have a channel for that. I think. So
I don't know. Every time I put my Pluto TV up, it's fucking broken. Doesn't work.
Oh,
I got on my
Pluto TV
Sony
works
TVs.
for me all the time.
It's always stuck on the anime channel. I've actually found a shit ton of animes off that. All right, guys, we are at 2 hours and 19 minutes. We're going to go around the horn. We're going to start counterclockwise. We're going to start with Static. Static, what do you got going on? I know you're doing a video tonight. You just dropped a video.
Yep. So this morning I put out that video of Canada finally defining bestiality in their country as only penetration. So if you're curious about what's going on there and that interesting country to the north, check that video out. And later today, time willing, I'm going to have something else about Minnesota's new law about misgendering. And also Thursday, for the weekend pregame, we will be going over spells that can be purchased on Etsy. So that's going to be a ton of fun. We'll be joined by Devil Made Me Do It. And then MF for Friday, Monday Night Rehab, playing who knows what. We'll have to talk about Golf with Friends because that's not cross-platform.
It's not?
Oh, Friends with Golf is not cross-platform?
No.
Valheim is free, and
So-
it is cross-platform.
We could talk about that offline. But yeah, that's what I got going on.
Link to Static's last video is going in the chat right now.
Thank you.
Jed, what do you have going on? I know you have like 3,000 things.
Yeah, and then I go and do crazy shit at night.
Yeah, meth and horrors, we know.
What's today? Okay, so yeah, we have the game night with Wookie, me, Static, and whoever else wants to do tomorrow night. And then Tuesday on Joe's show, we start Star Wars week over there, and he will start. We'll be start playing again. Star Wars Unleashed, I think it is. And then Wednesday, we have the State of the Atmosphere with me and Joe, and we're going to be doing more Star Wars stuff, talking about a ton of other Star Wars stuff. Fuck off, Ariel. And then later on Tuesday night, we are going to be doing part 7 of Knights of the Old Republic. Wait, no, that's Tuesday. That's Wednesday. Oh yeah, Wednesday. So we have State of the Atmosphere and
Meth is bad, guys.
Yeah, and then Thursday I will be on Static Show. We'll be talking about what he just talked about there, and then Friday is the MFer, and then Saturday I don't have anything to do. People just grab me if they want to, and then Sunday I'm here. So
All right, Bradley, what do you got going on this week other than defending criminals now?
Yeah.
I don't do criminal work anymore. I don't do
I don't know.
criminal
You work for an insurance company.
No.
That's
respectable. I'm hired by an insurance company. They don't pay me directly.
Well,
so of course we have one of two more episodes left of Secret Invasion, the very exciting, thrilling, slow burn MCU. So I'll watch that just because I've gone this far, and I might as well just finish the pain. Pop in on Thursday night for Static Show. Friday, if I can find a way to lock the liquor cabinet, I might join the MFer.
Bullshit. He gets drunk and then joins.
No. You were fucking gold this week, my brother. Keep that shit going. You were gold. Okay.
I'm on vacation this week, so let it roll.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
Oppenheimer's going to see Oppenheimer Saturday, so we can chat about it next Sunday.
All right. AJ, what do you got going on this week?
Nothing planned, man. Heroes No Capes on Saturday. Just good conversation. Trying to get me a stream going through the week. I'll figure that out sometime in the near future. Because pre-recorded videos, I still want to do them. They take time. Right now, I think I'm making on the video talking about some of this Ripper stuff. And yeah, there you go. Just subscribe to the channel. Who knows what's going to happen. But be there for it.
Yeah. I will say, Saturday mornings, it's not morning for me. It's like 11:45, 12 o'clock. Heroes No Capes. That is the adult Saturday morning cartoons. I try to watch that every day I'm off and not out cutting grass or doing something like that. I even stopped in and checked out when I was on my lunch break at work this week. I tried to do that. But other than that, so next week I'm on vacation. So Thursday I have Static Show. Friday I have the MFer. Saturday I'm going to try to do a video because I don't have time for shit. Sunday we'll be back here, and Monday I'm going to be smoking. I'm going to be smoking a pork butt and doing carnitas on another pork butt.
And I'm just streaming that?
I might. You smoking shit like takes forever, but the carnitas and the Instapot, we might do putting it together, and that's it. I got to get my.
I'm coming over, dude.
Huh?
I said, "Fuck it, I'm coming over."
Well, I'm going to take most of it to work. I'm going to keep I'm going to freeze certain parts of it and keep it here. But
how are you going to get all the way over there?
There's airplanes. Shit.
Yeah, airplanes. Spirit Airlines, $68.
As long as there's no reptilians, I'm good.
Oh, you never know.
You just wait it out. Just hold on to them guys when the plane falls apart because they can fly.
Yeah, this is true.
But yeah, that's what I've got going on. I'm going to be on Devil Made Me Do It next week after the live stream. We're going to have Rivers on. We're supposed to have Joker on. Blair to Blair is going to be on. We might have a couple other people joining us. We're getting close to a full panel already for Oppenheimer. So it should be a fun time. Just I have to be on Devil Made Me Do It at 7:30, and we normally end at 5. Today we've gone 2 hours and 25 minutes instead of 2 hours. So I may be going from one stream to the next. We're going to be ranking muscle cars, which if people don't know me, I work on cars for a living. I'm a muscle car guy. I've been working on cars for years. Grew up in it. So it should be a fun stream. But other than that, I think we're going to head out. Which one do I want to pick? Oh, I think this one. This one.